And we are live. WrestlePurists AEW Dynamite review hosted by myself, Charlie, and Marcus this week. Continuing the build to AEW All In at Wembley Stadium. Some huge news as well regarding stadiums. AEW All In 2025. It's going to be in Texas. And they're going to be coming back to London in 2026, running Wembley again. So we've got two huge announcements regarding AEW All In over the next 2 years. So we'll get into that as well as a Dynamite review. And anything else really over the past week, especially AEW concerned that you want us to talk about. So, yeah, man. But first things first, please like, subscribe, send any super chats, any questions, any takes, any predictions, anything like that you want us to talk about. Turn on the post notifications. Hope everybody is doing good. Starting with my fellow co-host, Charlie. You have returned. You are ill.
I am.
Sick as hell.
Living that. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be back on the Dynamite review. It was very weird not doing it last week, even though I was sat in a field in Cornwall. I was just like, damn. I mean, at the time the review was, I wasn't sat in a field. I was at a silent disco, regardless. But yeah, I was at a festival last week. It was very fun. I'm now very ill, which is why I'm not hosting. But yeah, doing good. Hope you guys have been well. I did watch some of the podcasts from last week. It was very funny. But yeah, excited to be back.
The people have missed each other, you know. Dynamite, AEW is just not the same without Charlie, you know. On the timeline.
Could you imagine if I was just like, yeah, I'm just not watching anymore?
On private.
I don't complain.
Being honest on private.
Yes.
Close enough. Whatever you want to call it.
Happy to have Charlie back, of course. Marcus, how are you doing this week? Ever good, reliable. Good job, Marcus.
Always. I'm always here. I'm always on time. I'm not sick. Man. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing good.
100% fit. Cleared. Ready to go.
Past physical.
Taking some bumps, you know. But yeah, man. AEW Dynamite. Well, does anybody remember? I'm bad at this. Does anybody remember what city we was in last night for AEW Dynamite?
Virginia?
Norfolk, Virginia. Yeah.
There we go.
I know Virginia wasn't the city, but
get state right. Yeah.
You know.
It was Hangman City. That's all I knew. There was a lot of Hangman songs.
And we did get Hangman last night as well. He's very spiteful at the moment. That fella is, you know. He's got his reasons though, you know. There's a sleeping giant on Twitter, which is the hashtag regarding Hangman at the moment. You know? Who knows if that can pick up steam? Maybe it'll be one for next year. You know, but,
the campaign starting.
But yeah, man.
If things take time or whatever the saying is.
We're definitely going to get to Hangman at some point, but let's do some. We got a couple super chats just to get us started, get us warmed up before we dive into the Dynamite review, and we'll talk news. And I got a couple things I want to talk about as well. Got some questions I need answers for.
That's dangerous.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
And champion $2. Ready for the dragon. They got me. Sorry, Hanger. Heartbroken.
Our strongest soldier is falling.
That video package.
You like Green Day for you? You know the time of your life for you?
Listen, that video package, you know.
Do I like Green Day? Look at me.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But listen, hell of a video package, you know. Warms your heart, you know. Charlie shed a tear.
I did. There was several tears.
Y'all like video packages?
I did complain about the video packages, to be fair.
You did at one point. You did, yes. That was earlier on, though. You know.
It was.
Pacing issue, you know. And champion $2. What are the Bucks' current rapport with TK like? Well,
I can tell you.
I couldn't tell you much about it, you know. I'm sure people have their assumptions and stuff, you know.
And besides, if I could, I don't want, buys to pull up at my house because you know where I live. I want to see the big AEW logo with the van on it.
Yeah, I don't want no black bands pulling up, you know.
I don't want no smoke buys. I don't want no smoke. I will see you at the tailgates though, brother. Shout out buys.
Oh man. Maybe someone should ask her. Someone should ask him, you know?
Maybe.
Yeah, Pop the question.
We'll get Charlie to ask at the media scroll. Anyway,
Not going to the
I'm jumping here $2. The disrespect on the name of the books being nasty. Listen, bro. We'll get to it.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But
We'll get to
I have
it.
no comment. I'm
I
busy
have
when that
questions.
conversation happens.
You're not no commenting me, Charlie. Not tonight. Not after,
I'm busy.
not after that. Not after what I had to sit through for 20 minutes last night. Anyway,
that was what it was.
Bam, $2. Not London, not Jacksonville. It's Texas. Chris wins. Yeah, Chris did get a big win today.
Stop my boy Chris. He got
he did. He did say at one point that AO's not allowed in his city, which
He
was,
did. Yeah.
it was
We'll
spiteful,
talk
you know?
we'll talk to
AO
the
was
governor.
He was trying to check in. Chris was like, "No, he's not having it, bro."
Listen, AO will be in Texas. We'll have a talk with the governor. We'll have a talk with whoever we gotta have a talk with. It's happening.
Negotiations.
I will be there.
Exactly. I think there'll be a big link up in Texas. I think next year.
Indeed.
But yeah, man. Shout out Chris. I need to say Chris Owl. Chicken Owl, $1.99. Vignette plus camera production looked clean last night. Yeah, man. It was
they were really good video packages.
Yeah, high level stuff.
There was a lot of them.
You know? Yeah, man, good stuff. It was good stuff. Bam, $2. Appreciate you as always. I've been fighting since day one.
Yes.
Hashtag we want Hangman.
That's the spirit. We ain't gonna waver. We not gonna fold. We not gonna bend. We want Hangman. We starting the campaign early 2025. All in Texas. We want Hangman.
We do want him.
I don't know, man. I just need the Von Erichs on the card. You know,
All right.
that's gonna be my hashtag for 2025. Gonna round up a circle of very select fans. You know,
All two of you.
Yeah, about 4 of us. Just
Give a check on the 4.
listen, I've got a platform, bro. You know, I'll do propaganda, make up stories.
Oh, God bless.
Jumanji Hunter, $2. Besides the triple threat, yesterday had a WWE feel.
I disagree.
I don't know about that. Look, bro. Video packages does not mean WWE. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I get you want to
in
watch
what sense?
I don't really know because I loved all the video packages. I thought it was fine. You build up to the biggest show of the year in a week, so you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah, I ain't really got much to add really, because it's like I wish you put your $2 down, Jumanji Hunter. You know, I wish you would have kind of elaborated more on like what you mean by like the WWE feel. Was it just the video packages, or was it something else, or overall, like you know? But anyway,
there was the same amount of wrestling that a usual AEW episode has. It was just that there was so many video packages back to back to back. So pacing issue more than anything.
very famous Skip Bayless is in Europe at the moment, apparently. €2. How would you fantasy book Chelsea's 2025 campaign?
I don't know.
We'd win the
We did
league,
fancy booking
obviously.
unemployment.
We'd win the league, and
Win the league. All right.
yeah, we'd just win the league, bro. This isn't a football pod.
I don't know
you
about
know?
that.
Easy.
That's why it's called fantasy booking.
Hold on. Just spotted a spider.
Good? You okay?
Keep an eye on it. Make sure I don't lose it. Last year, €2. Hikaru Shida. It says dash is Hikaru Shida is the ace of AEW's women's division.
Yes.
God, I couldn't
Yes.
get words out the spider. Let me deal with this. It's gonna distract the fuck out of me.
You're scared of spiders? Nigga think he wrong with you.
No, it's just I'm not scared, man. I just don't like them. Don't like
God,
crawly shit.
between
around
me
them,
and my
bro.
moths and wanting a
Alright.
spider, we just get attacked by bugs on this podcast.
Alright, I'm back.
Are you?
I'm back. Dan Walker, £2. Welcome back, Charlie. Will we
Thank
win
you.
the league?
No.
Absolutely. Oh, that was wow! My voice cracked real bad there. Maybe I don't know.
This
I
is
don't
the
support
most
football
hyped
until
one.
it's on my telly, so.
Yeah. This
Hey
is,
man, all I know is Arsenal go.
I did
Arsenal.
my Arsenal. I did my Premier League fantasy team earlier, so that is the
Yeah.
most football I've engaged
locked
with.
in.
I'm
Okay,
so locked in. I'm ready. My brother did help me. I don't know if that's cheating or not, but I don't know.
Okay.
No, you're alright. Yeah. Unless your brother's fucking, I don't know. I don't even know who it could be. Pep
He's just a
Guardiola
guy.
or something, you know. Shout
He's
out
just a
first.
guy.
Yeah, $5. Chelsea to United States pipeline continues. Poch leading us to glory in 2026. Quarterfinals would do, to be honest. Yeah, another former Chelsea manager taking over a US national team. So, yeah, man, struck gold with Emma Hayes. Poch is a good hire as well. But Emma Hayes is the gem. Anyway, blah 4.99. Who's the most? I've heard this thing, but can't really talk about it publicly. Wrestler. Feel like Britt Baker is edging into that territory.
I can't
Hey,
even.
man.
I don't even want to say the name that immediately came to mind.
Honestly, bro, the real answer is every wrestler down there, but there are a few out there that if
I'm
you
gonna-
spoke, you'd be in big trouble.
Is this the?
I mean,
okay.
the thing is, people say I've heard this thing, but I can't talk about it publicly. But it's like it's like people hear things about Brit and stuff all the time, you know. So it's
Mhm.
like I don't know.
I thought-
Like, it's not as I don't know. It's not exactly like people always do kind of like hinty tweets and stuff about Brit, and it's like it's not as secret as stuff, you know. I'm sure there's some names that are there's definitely other names, you know. Anyway, get out the private chat.
I'm not gonna say
No, I didn't say nothing.
we ain't saying nothing, bro.
Just no, there's others, you know.
There are others.
Like I
It's
said,
wrestling.
the point I was trying to make and really poorly worded is that like stuff goes around about Brit and stuff that like fans and people hear that like have no business hearing, you know. Whereas like you know, there's other stuff about other wrestlers that you know. It's a weird business, you know.
Wrestling is a
Indeed.
great business if you know nothing about it.
Oh
Yeah, you know, yeah. It's a good way of putting it. Tri-Town Spurs $2. Darren's a gooner. That makes sense, to be honest.
Hey man, I ain't gonna say I heard, but my man Darren, bro, what you be on, man? They see your search history looking kind of
That's,
crazy.
no, the nickname for Arsenal fans. Oh, the internet is
Yeah, it
rude.
is quite unfortunate. I think in 2024 you need to kind of you need to you need to kind of look
You need to
into,
reevaluate.
you need to look into that.
That's why I don't use that nickname for myself. I've never claimed that. And then it became
I'm
a
sure
thing.
when I was younger, I used to just call them gunners. Like,
Yeah, I always thought it was Gunners because there was the fucking thing on the logo. The cannon. That's
Yeah.
the word I'm looking for.
That's Arsenal shit. That's what it is.
But then everyone started pronouncing it Gooners, and now you can't say that because people think you're talking about it.
Oh, y'all Brits can have y'all little stuff over there. I'm just keep it.
Good to I'm being bullied in chat, leave me alone.
This is crazy.
That is quite the sentence.
Hey man.
I am not. That is my statement.
that's
I am
fine.
not.
Sure.
Let's get to AEW Dynamite, man. That's what we're here for. It is what we're here for.
Mhm.
There's people announcing that they are proud gooners in the chat, which is not how I wanted to start the AEW Dynamite review this week, you know.
Welcome back, Chuck.
I'm glad to be here. I'm just dying in the corner. Don't worry about it.
All right, man. Let's do it. Okay, AEW Dynamite. We opened with a very, very big women's match. The TBS title. Hikaru Shida versus the champion, Mercedes Monet, the CEO. And I thought this definitely scratched the itch, you know. You want to see Mercedes wrestle, you want to see her active, and I think, you know, you get her in there with Hikaru Shida. It was a good time. I thought it was Hikaru Shida's best performance in a hot minute, to be fair. She looked pretty good in there. Mercedes, good bumping heel. Really embraces being a heel at the moment, you know. And the crowd was into it. The crowd was really good. And like I said, it scratched the itch, man. What?
I was reading
No,
chat.
head to.
I was just reading chat.
I thought he was going to be like, the crowd was dead, actually.
No, actually, no pop.
But yeah, anyway, like I said, Mercedes, good bumping heel performance, I thought, from her, really. The finish, I kind of like the idea of the finish, to be fair. Where, like, you know, Shida hits Camille with the kendo stick. Mercedes grabs it, which distracts the referee. Camille then hits Shida with the big boot. And then Mercedes is given the chance to hit a finish, and 1, 2, 3. Mercedes' finish is, I'm trying to give it a chance. Yeah, I'm trying to give it a chance. It's like when she first hit it, I think it was in Japan when she first hit it, and it was like,
completely botched.
you know, it was like, maybe it was just kind of like an opponent issue where people just need to get used to selling it, and it's like she's been back for a hot minute now, had a few matches and stuff, and she's hit on a few people. It's like it's still, it's still like she's got better stuff in the bag, you know. Is what I'm trying to say.
Sometimes it looks really good, other times it looks, like no. Please.
Yeah, and I think with finishers, it's like he's always got to look good, you know. He's always got to look. I don't know. It's got to be something easy to punt for, I guess. But what do I know? I'm just an idiot on Twitter, you know. But like I said, it scratched the itch. I didn't think it was anything like spectacular or anything like that. But I thought it was a good match. I think they've got like a really good pay-per-view match, something a bit more extended than this. But yeah, we'll get into like the Brit angle and stuff after. And, but yeah, as a match and the finish, what did you guys think, Marcus? I'll start with you. Mercedes, Shida, good opener.
Yeah, for the time it got, I thought it rocked. And I thought the crowd played a really big role into it because they treated them to like the stars that they are. They treated Mercedes as the current face of this division, and they treated Shida like how she deserves to be treated, as the person that carried this division through hell or high water, and someone that's still respected and still needs to be kept in the forefront. And this is probably her best performance in, I want to say months, because at the end of the match, I thought it was pretty good. Wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be. But this was nice and tidy, and if they have a pay-per-view match, I thought it'll be a lot better. The finish was kind of funny. I can't lie to you. Like, the idea of Camille just hitting big boots on people the rest of the Mercedes reign is very funny. That people was pretty great, though. I will give her good credit on that. But my favorite part of the match was the Three Amigos combo. So Mercedes tried to go for Three Amigos. She counters into like a fucking great Falcon Arrow, but a great near fall. Good combinations. The finish with the Moneymaker. Probably change it because it looks good on people that are smaller than her. Looks really bad on people bigger than her. Looks eye on people that are around the same size. Mostly because they don't bump for it that well, but we're going to have to figure that out. Anyways, good match. Good opener. Please do the pay-per-view again.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree with basically all of it. Charlie, how you feeling about this opener? Mercedes, Shida, TBS title, and still shenanigans, you know?
Always shenanigans. Can't not have shenanigans at the moment. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was, like, for the time it got, it was pretty good. I'm, like, 95% sure this is the first time a women's match has opened Dynamite. Like, from, like, the first second. Monty hated that. Monty is not a fan of women opening Dynamite with just... That was incredible timing. That was incredible. You hate the fact that women open Dynamite? Like, what's up with that?
Is it? That was literally the last thing I caught as well. I don't even know what happened. I just left. And next thing you know, I was on the
trying to tell us who you are, huh? That's crazy.
No,
is it the first time? Because I'm sure Jamie might have.
It's the first.
There was like segments before, and that was like the first like match. But like from the opening minute of Dynamite, I think like this was like the first time this happened. I might be wrong, not sure.
Chat,
but
what you got?
Chat, yeah. I ain't got time to fact check that.
People are trying to do the e-boot bit with me, anti-women. You can't do that with me, bro. You know,
I mean, you did dip the minute she said women make history. So
I didn't even catch that bit.
You've got to go back and watch the timing because I literally finished saying it and you left. I was like, okay. But yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
No, it was a mixed tag. Well, that's just not women then, is it? That's not what I'm talking
I mean,
about.
a women's one-on-one match. Like,
A women's match. I don't care if there were women in. That sounds wrong. I do care if there are women in the match. A women's one-on-one match. That's what I'm talking about. Regardless, good stuff. Hope they run it back on the pay-per-view. I have nothing else to add.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't. I think look, it was a nice TV match, nice first time to see him like wrestle, and on pay-per-view. I think they definitely have a lot more to add to it. Okay, so like after the match, Mercedes and still, etc. Britt Baker's music hits, and Camille. Well, they're waiting around, and nobody comes out, and Camille thinks this is all a ploy, like they did a few weeks ago with the fan wearing a mask, and it turned out to be Britt Baker. But this time, it was just a fan. So Camille drags his poor fan, kicks the shit out of him, and I don't think they actually ever revealed that it's actually a fan, but obviously it was. And then I think the camera puts it on Brit coming through the crowd, and the crowd starts to like come up for it, and she comes up onto the apron. She puts the glove on, Charlie. It's business when she puts the glove on. She puts the glove on, and she gets the Mercedes. Mercedes tries to hit it with kendo stick, fails. Britt gets her down, goes to put the lockjaw on, and Camille drags her out of there. And and Camille and Mercedes retreat up the ramp with the belt. Very pleased with their total defense. Britt Baker is no, she don't have the belt. Britt Baker has the belt in the ring. Britt Baker gets her hands on the TBS Championship that belongs to Mercedes Monet. Will that be the reality in Wembley Stadium, Charlie, of WrestlePurists?
God, I hope not. Listen. Big star power, Brit's a star, whatever. She should not win it All In. Let's be real. I thought this was quite messy as these sort of angles go. I don't know if someone missed their cue or whatever, but they were standing around for a hot second. But like once they got down to business, it did what it had to do, sort of thing. It was very much a like week before the last show before the pay-per-view kind of thing, which was a thing like with a lot of this episode. It felt like this was the go home show, and then Cardiff's just like a little extra thing that they're doing, to be honest. But which isn't the worst.
That's been kind of a pattern for the last couple pay-per-view cycles. Like they do.
Yeah. We talk about this a lot.
Yeah, they do the actual go home the week before the go home.
Yeah, and then they just have like a little bonus episode in between. But yeah, I thought this was kind of messy, but effective when they got to what they had to be doing. I think Brit should win. Mercedes is great. I love her a lot.
This was hilarious. I can't lie.
It was just.
It was like I always said. This feud can either be pretty godly or really funny. We are very firmly in like.
It's pretty
51-49 really funny, but it's mostly been good. The crowd treats them like stars. Yeah, so I can't really complain too much. But like the walking down from the crowd, like camera shot was just really funny to me. I don't know why, because she was like going down, just waiting to get in, and then she gets on the apron. It takes like 20 years to put the damn glove on. And then Mercedes and Camille have to do the whole turn around thing that everybody got to do.
That's where I think it's, the misbeat there. I think there was just kind of a miscommunication. I think it was just kind of like Britt was waiting for her to turn around and come at her, and Mercedes was waiting for her to attack her from behind. So there was like a weird pause, and Mercedes looks over for a shoulder, and he's like, "Oh," and turns around. We get the angle that we get,
Can they talk in the ring again? I just want to feel something. Like that.
That was definitely the best thing they've done.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I think I've seen like a lot of Mercedes fans like really mad at Britt Baker. Like she sandbagged and she did this on purpose, she did that on purpose. And I watched it back like literally less than an hour ago. It's like, she walks down through the crowd, and it's like, but she's a star coming through the crowd, getting a reaction. It's not like she's, I don't know, like she isn't like fully like crawling through there.
I've seen Cody.
Like I said, when she gets on the apron, it does take a sec to get a glove on. But if you look at the timeline, you'd think that she was like fully like crawling through the crowd, looking around at everyone before putting a glove on, making a big deal. And you watch it back, and it wasn't that really. There was just kind of that awkward little bit on the apron. And I saw someone say, well, I saw a few people say about like how people have said it in the chat as well, like about how when she was putting the lockjaw on, and Camille was trying to get her out, and it was like she didn't even get the lockjaw on, which obviously was the point. And it wasn't all that long, and Camille just kind of was scrambling a little bit. I don't know, man. Like, I was surprised watching it back. Maybe I'm crazy.
Well, it's Britt Baker, so she never gonna get the benefit of that on those type of things. So it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah. I don't think she was like meant to sprint through the crowd or anything. Like, I don't think that was how they set up the segment to be.
No.
I don't think that is how they set up the segment, but maybe she should have had more urgency because she's meant to be the babyface here. So her being so cool and casual about it, I don't know, it's a bit weird, but
yeah.
No, that I do get.
Like I said, it was when I saw like some of the tweets today about like mainly like from like the biggest Mercedes fans, talking about Brit did this on purpose, and it was really when I went to watch it back, I was expecting to spot things and shit, but it really wasn't that egregious. I didn't think, it wasn't perfect, it wasn't amazing, it wasn't this hot amazing angle where everybody played the parts flawlessly, but it wasn't, I don't know.
I know a lot of people were expecting the fan at ringside to be Jamie Hayter, but like this fight, if they had returned Jamie Hayter last night, I would be pissed.
The Sting mask.
We are 11 days away from All In, the biggest show in London, and you return her in Virginia. Like it would have been someone else.
Getting pulled out of the crowd, mind you, like that would be the absolute worst thing.
It would have been the worst thing. I was expecting it to be Rebel, to be honest. I was just like, it's probably Rebel.
That would have been funny.
That could have definitely worked.
Shout out Rebel, wherever she is.
All right, so Mercedes, Britt Baker. It's now next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
How are we feeling? You think they're going to pull off something decent in Wembley? Do you think they'll pull off something great in Wembley, or do you think it'll be a car crash? How are we currently feeling? What's the temperature check?
Every single one of those scenarios are very, very plausible. I was going to say that. Like, I think it'll be middling at best, honestly.
I think the crowd is going to be really up for it because it'll be the first time Mercedes has performed in the UK since fuck knows when. And Brit's a big star wherever she goes, no matter if you like her or not. She is a very big star for AEW. I think the crowd will carry it, and I think that I'm scared that Mercedes is going to have some very big ideas that Brit's not going to be able to keep up with, and it's going to be a little bit sloppy, but I think it's very possible that it's a great vibes match. Not a great match.
Could you imagine Mercedes trying to do a Japanese Ocean Cyclone or something like that?
Oh,
could you imagine?
If they try, like, say if Mercedes gets really ambitious and Brit does, like, fail, like Brit fails to live up to what Mercedes is hoping to do in the stadium at Wembley, Mercedes, when she gets pissed off in a match, like, you can see it.
Oh, you can tell.
Like, yes.
We all know that Brit's an entertainer, brother.
Indeed.
She'll meet her right there.
She'll do her thing.
Yeah, man.
I'll say that Brit has gotten carried to pretty fun matches with really good wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like the stat match at All Out 2021 comes to mind. So we'll see what happens.
I have faith in Mercedes.
Yes, that's all I'll say about that the rest of the time.
Mercedes is obviously very great, and one thing I've always said about Brit is she's game. She's game as fuck. So yeah, that was Britt Baker versus Hikaru Shida, and not, like I said, it scratched itch for me as a Mercedes fan. All right, so next we had Renee backstage with Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, the whole crew, and they're talking about Hangman, and nonetheless, Hangman appears out of nowhere, attacks them all, and we get underway with Hangman versus Lethal, and of course, as you would expect, Hangman at the moment with his current form that he's been on, very aggressive and straight to it. Of course, with it starting backstage, brawling out to the ring, and yeah, man, Hangman's just very spiteful at the moment, bro. You know, like I said earlier,
He's locked in.
the Death Valley Driver on the apron, the discus lariat before the buckshot, and then the buckshot. It was like, God damn, bro. He was But that's how you're meant to feel with Hangman at the moment. Of course, he's very aggressive, very just physical, brutal, you know, and that's kind of the point. And I think it was very clear what they were going for with this match, and I think they pulled it off very well, to be honest. Hangman, again, another good performance from him. I really like his new music, Charlie. Is that a hot take?
I do. No, it's not. Well, it's not a hot take to me. I think it's great. Hangman's great. He's a really good wrestler, isn't he? Jay Lethal in this match, like, I'm not the biggest Jay Lethal fan, but I think that he had a really good performance here, and he bumped really fucking well for Hangman. He made him look like he made it look like he'd been murdered on multiple occasions. So I have nothing but. He understood the effort. Yes. I can't speak English. My God, he did understand the assignment. The words are here. I'll get them out eventually.
Assignment.
Yeah, assignment. It's all good. Yeah, Hangman's been really like he's always been a hard hitter, but like he's being real aggressive with it now, and like you can tell. I do think that the match went a little bit long for what they're doing with his character right now, but Jay Lethal was selling so well that I can forgive that. Like, I don't really care that much. It's just like a little nitpicky thing. But yeah, really, really enjoyed this. I think Hangman is great, and he is one of my favorite wrestlers at the moment. He's always been one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, to be real, that's at the moment.
Breaking news: Hangman Adam Page is someone I very much enjoy. In case you guys didn't know,
you was rocking him since the trucker hats, since the decade, since.
Brother, let me tell you something about those trucker hats. I own one.
Oh my!
I'll have to dig it out for a review at some point. But I own one of those.
Yeah, that's like a WrestlePurists rule. Once you mention that you've got like a piece of merch or something, you know, it has to come out. Yeah. All right, Marcus. Hangman continues his current spree of just beating up old men and being very spiteful and doing his thing, man. You know?
Bro. Why is this rule? This shit rule. From the beginning on, Hangman's the greatest crash out God has ever produced in professional wrestling. He's just killing motherfuckers, man. He's from the entrance on, he just murders Jay Lethal, brings him into their ring, just beats the dog shit out of him. But Jay Lethal, bro, where did these topes come from, dog? Like 5 in a row, and they were all good. They had a lot of snap on them. They weren't the big coward ones where people just put their hands down. It's like, oh, let me shove you into the barricade. No, I'm going to ram my fucking head into you, and you're going to go all the way over there in the third row. Like, he understood what it was. Like, and he bumped his ass off for him. The one move y'all are forgetting in this whole match, the belly-to-belly Hangman hit was fucking brutal. I thought he rearranged his damn skeleton when he hit that shit. And his presentation, his wrestling, and his mannerisms are working very well with this character. Because, as a babyface, you see him wrestling really aggressive. It's like, okay, just trying to win a match. He's doing his thing. That's good old Hangman. No, I'm like looking at him from the way he comes in the ring, the music, and how aggressive he's being in the ring now. It's like, yo, bro, you okay? Like, I'm like genuinely concerned for the person wrestling him. I'm concerned for Hangman's mental health right as it is. So the Death Valley Driver was great, the belly, the buckshot, all that. You just fucking killed Jay Lethal. Yeah, I get the match being a little bit long for some people's taste. I do get that. I thought it was fine because Jay Lethal just did his job well.
Yeah. It wasn't like it was bad or anything. Like, he was actively like making Hangman look incredible throughout the entire match. So it's just a very nitpicky thing.
And incredible he made him look. And plus, Hangman's at that point where he's kind of just fucking around playing with his food because he's so damn angry and one-track minded on Swerve. It's like, I can forgive it. But pretty awesome match. Crowd loved it. I loved it. Jay Lethal, I gotta give you credit. You did your thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Hangman's really he's really flying performance-wise in this new character, because it weirdly suits him so much because he's like Bro, even when he's like the most lovable babyface in the world, you'll hear things about him being so physical. You know, he hits fuckers hard, bro. You know, some people like it. Some people who are getting hit by Hangman aren't the biggest fan of it. You know, but he hits fuckers, bro. He hits fuckers hard, and when you can bring that physicality, and you're trying to be this spiteful, rage-filled heel that just wants to fuck people up. It's like you can buy it, bro. It's like we just named like 4 spots in that match from last night. But it looked like he fucking killed the guy, you know. And it's always like that with Hangman. Like, yeah, whether it's a lariat, whether it's a forearm, whether it's a fucking DVD, whether it's a fucking belly to belly where someone fucking lands on the head or some shit, or you know what I mean? Like he's got those things in his bag where he can. You know, you can really buy into the physicality, and I think that's important with the kind of character he's trying to portray at the moment. And at the moment as well, with just these facial expressions, the way he carries himself, he just exudes pissed off energy, you know?
He is very much one of the best, if not the best for my money, facial storytellers in wrestling.
Some of those early match graphic images.
Funny.
I was like, bro,
very, very pissed off anger.
Do you think they run Hangman versus Jarrett in Cardiff next week?
You're pretty beast, I can't lie. I do it.
I think it would do. Listen,
might tempt me to go Wales.
if they run it in Cardiff, that's fine. If they had run it on All In, brother, that is not a stadium match, but I'll take it in Cardiff. I'll be there.
I'm interested, like, so next week is All In, and the Casino Gauntlet has Orange Cassidy in it, who qualified, which we'll get to. Who else? Or is it? Oh, they're just doing straight like Cassidy and Miss. Like, is anybody else announced? Is what I'm asking. No. Okay, so do you think that they just do like mystery people with Orange Cassidy starting, or do you think how many people do you think they'll announce? Like within, you know, we've got a week. We're a week away. You know, well, just over.
I think they'll announce 3.
3.
Yeah, but I think there's going to be like 10 people in it. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I think there'll be about 10.
Yeah, they'll announce like maybe 3 like key people, and then Black will just kind of empty out as the match goes on.
Because they're doing Claudio versus Okada on Dynamite in Cardiff, I think at least one of those guys will be announced for it as well.
I could see that.
Because I don't think it will be Claudio though. I think Claudio's got the match on Dynamite because of he's then going over to Arena Mexico for the CMLL thing that I forget the name of.
The CMLL thing, the Grand Prix.
It's the Grand Prix. Yes, thank you. Because it's the same weekend.
Yeah, I was wondering how they kind of like get there. Like maybe they do another qualifying match, or I don't know.
They've got time.
I'd do it just to have some matches.
A few shows, man. A few shows. Yeah. All right, so next up, we've got the first of one of the more extensive video packages. You know,
Charles' favorite part of the show.
So yeah, we get kind of like it's like a recap of Osprey. MJF versus Aku package. Sorry, Osprey coming out, making the big save, and then that kind of spins into like a more like broad video package of Osprey, MJF building up to All In. And like I said, this is the first of the video packages that was more like extensive, kind of like a gives you kind of like I said, it gives people like a lot of context. It's very context heavy, you know, and just kind of describing the feud that they're having build into this big match that they're having a face to face next week, which was announced later in the show. But yeah, this feud has been like kind of like whatever to me. Like MJF is doing his like big, you know, American heel, and it's right. I don't think it's like necessarily bad or anything. It's kind of just like whatever to me, you know.
It's just weird doing it mostly in America.
That's the thing, and he's doing like weeks and weeks of worth of like heel work, like trying to get this make this thing work, just for that one night in England. Oh, you'll probably work in Cardiff or something if he's on the show and does a promo or some shit, you know. But yeah, just for that one night in Wembley. Then obviously, I very much doubt he carries on doing All America thing after Wembley. So it's like it's an interesting creative choice by MJF, you know, the past few weeks to go this route with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then like the Osprey thing where it's like I can't hit the move. Like, it's just
motherfucker, you don't hit the move.
Bro.
It's not-
Just do it. The guy you hit on is wrestling in the main event. Just do it. Who
I mean, he's
cares?
wrestling in the main event for the damn title, dude. Just stop being a bitch and hit it.
I mean, it's like Brian wasn't even like out for an extensive amount. Like,
Get
it's
him first after 2 weeks.
It was gone for like 3 weeks. Like,
I don't think it was that.
Barely even that.
It was like I
See,
don't know, man.
I get it. I get what they're trying to do. It's just like, bro, just hit the goddamn move, please. He's gonna do it in Wembley. Like we can all agree on that, right? He's gonna do it. But like, do it.
I
in a
mean,
way
I
that
hope so
doesn't-
because I'm sick of it. Still, I'm sick of it being such a central part of his character. Like, I don't need it, you know. Like,
there are so many moves you hit that are probably just as bad, if not worse, than dropping someone on their head. You do the hidden blade.
bro, the hidden blaze to like the back of the head, like that looks bad. It looks
That's
jarring.
That's
Like,
CTE City, bro.
that's like whiplash and shit. Like,
100%.
Just don't go full NXT on it in the match. I beg you.
oh,
Just
they're absolutely going full NXT on this match.
Oh, God
like,
damn it.
come on, man.
I know.
Come on, man. Like,
It'll
did you
work
see
in-
what MJF did in the main event of All In last year? You think he can resist doing
Yeah,
that
but
type of shit again?
Osprey's
remember
gonna
it.
just put in Osprey's just gonna put in an insane shift, you know. Like,
Yeah, but
He-
They got about 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes of like a really great match in them. I do believe that.
Yeah. I think this is going to be better than the
Yeah.
Dynamite match that they had.
Yeah, because
Well, you know, that was
Depends on the ask.
that was a very interesting, divisive,
It was a social experiment.
spiteful
I'm convinced.
match.
a Rorschach test for your taste in wrestling.
Oh, but yeah.
Good
What did
package,
you?
though.
I guess in terms of like the video package, how it was put together, the feud
That's
so
good.
far, any takes or anything like that.
Seeing your
very
call
good.
on AEW television was very, very jarring.
Your favorite place in the world.
I love your call. It's actually really funny that I wasn't at that show, but yeah. Very weird seeing it on AEW.
I'll refrain from saying what I want to say
The British
about your
American.
call. But anyway, this probably did a way
Very
better job of actually selling the feud than the promos that they've done the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Because it made it come off like as a real fight that two people that really want to kill each other in Wembley Stadium instead of, oh, I'm doing America this, America that. Sure, it did that little explanation in the package, but this came off a lot more like a wrestling feud to me. A wrestling feud that I want to watch. You know what I mean? So, good job, production team. Good job, all involved. I'm excited for the match. It'll be good on the night. Just avoid the dumb shit, and I'll be there.
Did either of you manage to catch MJF versus Aku?
No, not yet.
I didn't.
Neither
It
did I.
had only gone up on Repro on demand like today, so
Oh shit!
I haven't watched it.
They gotta be better than that, man.
I know they had to be on it. They could have been on it. Like I don't know.
They gotta be better than that.
Repro's and
Can someone pay them to have good audio?
bro, don't get me started. It's Repro. Bro,
So-
what are we doing?
It's a tough subject for Charlie. It's a
It's a
audio.
touchy subject.
Don't
When
get
my
started.
videos on my iPhone are better than what comes off of Repro on demand, that's when you know you've got an issue. Regardless, I'm excited to go to the anniversary show next weekend.
That's what's up.
Showtime Spurs says with $5, we appreciate him. I've got a feeling that MJF beats Billy Goat and sends the timeline into Meltdown. Nah,
That'd
bro.
be fucking hilarious.
Don't think it's happening, but it would be
Not a
funny.
chance, man.
I don't think it'll happen, but it would be very, very funny.
That'd be insane for them to do that.
I'd say I'd go as far as to say that Osprey is probably like the biggest lock on the show. Like,
Yeah, that's like the most predictable.
I'd give
winner on
Swerve
the
a better
show.
chance than fucking
Yeah,
than MJF.
yeah, it has a better chance of retaining.
All right. So next up, we have a Pac promo, and just the way that it started popped me because it's like he's like far. I don't know, for some reason the cameraman's further back or camerawoman, and he's like, "Come here."
He's like, "Bring your ass over here."
Come here. And but yeah, Pac isn't happy about being overlooked for the international / American title. He says it was his ticket to Wembley Stadium, and but now he's basically plowing ahead, and he will face the winner at All Out. So it seems like he will be facing most likely William Osprey at All Out in Chicago. All Out Chicago, yeah.
Hoffman Estates, but yeah, Chicago.
But yeah, man, Pac. I hope he's still on Wembley, but this didn't fill me with loads of. I don't know. A few people are worried he might miss that show, you know?
Bro, if he is healthy and can wrestle and they just give him nothing to do when you could literally... There's so many things that Pac could be doing. It's AEW, man. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I also feel bad for Pac.
I feel incredibly bad for Pac because of why this has all come about. But the fact they're running the 2 matches I desperately wanted to see at Wembley in Chicago 2 weeks later feels like a massive rip. Like probably running, allegedly. I don't know. I hear rumors the same as everyone else does, but
you can't see everything, Charlie. You know?
Yes.
But they're 2 very simple.
How many live matches did you see last year?
How many live matches?
Yeah.
I went to 4 pay-per-views.
Yeah, 4 AEW pay-per-views.
2 collisions, a Dynamite, a Rampage.
Hey,
I went to a lot of like AEW wrestling, and I did both.
You see enough, all right? You know, you see enough.
You good?
I'm still going to complain,
especially for you see more than our friends in the US.
I probably
and you live in a different continent. Like,
exactly.
Listen, it's just very funny timing. I'm not going to All Out. So.
It is very funny though. They have that, and they're gonna run this match for the first time since what 2019?
In 5.5 years.
It's so funny. But nah, Shaw, I feel so bad for Pac though. Like his whole AEW run is just bad luck.
He's getting shafted.
Like the pandemic happens, he comes back, supposed to have a match with Andrade at All Out. Back is canceled because of reasons. And then this happens. He's gonna have a match at Wembley with Death Triangle. Back gets canceled, and he almost died last year, so he couldn't be on the first All In at Wembley. So it's just. God, how much bad luck does this man have?
I think that he should do an open challenge at All In and that it should be Ricochet. I think I've been saying this for about 6 weeks now.
You're pretty good.
Have you tweeted it yet, though?
Have I tweeted? I don't know. I'll tweet it right now.
Tweet it now.
I'll do it right now.
Right now.
Are you fired?
But yeah, man, Pac is like Mark's already said, like we've already said a million times. He's just very unfortunate, man, because he's so good, bro. Like, and he can kind of do a bit of everything, and it's like he reminds us in the promos. It's like, I swear I beat Kenny Omega. And it's like, it's like,
Kenny Omega.
You know, we was talking about AEW World Champion Pac once upon a time. You know, the roster was very different back then, but you know,
he was probably the top heel over the Jericho, number 2 heel.
Tweeted it
at one point.
Oh, get on
I
it,
retweet
people.
my tweets. Blow it up.
Blow it up. Reply. Quote. Retweet,
oh my god, what a good idea. I haven't heard that before.
Yeah, like, you need to be like, oh my god, how did you think of this?
There's 1,000 of Ricochet versus Pac tweets, and yours is going to be the one to be like, that's a good idea.
I think I tweeted it on my burner that doesn't exist, so.
So yeah, we got Pac facing the winner at All Out. So hopefully we still get him on the Wembley card, but he's got a big match at All Out as well. So we'll see how all that plays out. Him versus Osprey is like crazy, you know.
Yeah, like
Dave's going 6 already. Lock it in.
It was just fucking mine.
Bro, they've had one singles match, and it was a time limit draw. It's fucking crazy.
Shout out Dragon Gate Pack for that. Shout out Dragon Gate Pack for that.
Indeed.
All right, so we all right, next up we have another promo. But this time
This is what I was
Darby.
complaining.
Darby talking that shit, bro.
Yeah, this was really, really good.
About that pipsqueak, no good fucking bomb, Jack Perry. And at one point he said, I wish you got fired for all that bullshit you pulled. Nobody would have missed you. I wouldn't have missed you. The fans wouldn't have missed you. What have you added to AEW since?
Now hold on, Darby, hold on. Let's not do that. Not too much on scapegoat.
So basically, yeah, Darby cooked him.
Well,
It felt very spiteful, almost
who
like
the fuck
he
is
was.
Jack Perry?
It's just,
What?
it felt very rooted in his truth, you know. But, anyway, all right. So Darby comes out, and was Darby booked for a match? I can't remember.
They just hit his music, and he started walking towards the ring. I was just like, okay, we just heard from you. What are you doing?
Yeah, so I was thinking, like, that's what I mean. I was second guessing myself. Darby booked for a match, like. But
No.
I don't think he was. But anyway, Darby goes to make his entrance like he's about to wrestle a match because he's always wearing the same thing, you know. Like, so it's not like he's not in his in-ring gear this week, you know. It's like he wears the same shit, you know. He's a simple man, you know. But so yeah, Darby comes out, crowd's all happy to see him, etc., because you know Darby's the best. But he's then attacked by that good for nothing piece of shit Jack Perry. And he pretty much, you know, they brawl a bit, but Jack Perry does kind of beat the shit out of him, to be fair. He throws him into the shutters. He then shuts him underneath the shutters and, like, traps him there. And he goes to get one of the, one of the big, what are they called, man? Big
the rolling cases.
Things, travel case things on wheels.
One of them big ass things he rolled out.
Yeah, and he goes to roll that into Darby's head whilst he's like trapped underneath the shutters, and just in the nick of time, like security get in the way and stop it and drags him apart. And during amongst all this commotion and stuff, Jack Perry he wants Darby in a coffin match at Wembley.
Yeah,
he wants to put him in a coffin, which as the rules of wrestling suggest, wouldn't be the smartest decision for Jack Perry, you know, to want Darby in his specialist match. But
Darby's never lost a coffin match.
You know, it's like wanting, you know, it's like facing Taker and Buried Alive or some shit. You know, it's like you just, you know, So yeah, not the smartest judgment from Jack Perry, I don't think, but that is how he will be defending his TNT Championship at AEW All In. Tony Khan made it official moments after, and yeah, man, I'll be honest, the coffin match has made me more interested in the match. I love Darby Allin, bro, so I'll be there.
He's great.
You know, I'll be there. But what did you
crazy shit?
Oh yes. It's the standard. What did you think of, I guess, the Angle Brawl, Darby's promo, this little section of the show, Charlie?
I really enjoyed it. I thought the video package was really cool. Darby was making very valid points for his character. The brawl was fucking awesome, and I always expected this match to end up getting a stip because of the way that they'd heated it up. I didn't expect it to be a coffin match, and I don't know why. I was kind of anticipating a ladder match. But I'm glad it's a coffin match and not a ladder match, because I don't think I could sit through another ladder match, to be honest. But no, I really liked all of this. I think it was really well done, and they've done a good job of building this in since Blood and Guts, so I'm happy. I'm excited for the match.
You excited for the match, Marcus? What did you make of all this?
Oh, I'm up. We get negative. Somebody finna die. Somebody get their ass shipped back through customs in a coffin. What you mean? Yes, I'm hyped. What you mean? But nah, I gotta start. The Darby promo was fucking hilarious to me. For so many reasons. One, the ominous ass music in the background. Top me fused. Like the way Darby talks, he talks like he's not reading a damn Reddit board from the CM Punk conspiracy camp. He's like, well, leader just hiring one of their friends, one of the Reseda boys. Nigga, you wrestling Reseda too. What are we talking about?
Yeah, Darby always cracks me up with that. It's just like, brother, you wrestled on those circuits. Like,
Brother, you wrestled in Reseda too. I don't even think they really knew Jack Perry like that until the company just started, first and foremost. So I was like, okay, I guess. I love you, Darby, as a wrestler, but let's dial down that, please. But good promo all
I
around.
think he was cooking.
The who the fuck was Jack Perry was funny as hell. I'll give him that. He's like, no one would miss you. No one would care if you died tomorrow. I was like, well, damn, Darby. The brawl was awesome. I'll say most wrestlers these days are not good at doing brawls because they just walk together and just like, okay, punch me here, punch me there. No, they just beat the shit out of it. Well, Jack beat the shit out of Darby, really, but that's neither here nor there. And Darby's really good just selling an ass whooping. Half the time he's probably even selling and getting his ass whooped. He really is getting his ass whooped.
sure.
Him trying to getting caught in the like the little door, and then Jack trying to like kill him there, and the security just hopped in the frame. Like, damn, this is best security y'all never did in y'all lives in AEW. He's like, I want a coffin. Good for you, bro. But if you get put 6 feet under, you gotta go back through customs in that thing. I just hope it's real glass in there. That's match is gonna be godly. I thought it was gonna be great anyway. For the coffin match with Darby crazy ass and Jack gonna be game to do something stupid too.
Jack really shines in plunder. Not even just plunder matches, just stip matches. Like some of his best work in AEW has been his stip matches.
Oh,
and then Darby's just crazy. So.
This is a feud that's been so good. On fire. Like the biggest thing about this feud is that Jack Perry's gotten set on fire. Like, of course there's gonna be a stip.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I saw a few tweets just like, why are they running a stip match already? I'm just like, have you seen what they've done?
Like they've literally tried to Darby's tried to kill Jack on pay-per-view.
He quite literally threatened to set him on fire to get the match. Like, I would want a stip too. Like,
and in May, you pay $50 to watch him actually set him on fire.
Indeed. They got some real beef. Like this, but you know, it's a funny place.
Yes.
They're a interesting duo, you know. Crazy kids.
I'll say. Might like 30.
I think they're gonna put each other through it, I think, on at Wembley. Some bumps will be taken, you know.
Real glass.
Yeah. All that good stuff. Fire, real glass,
what Darby's gonna jump over.
Yeah.
I will say Jack hitting the glass jaw like just from out of frame, and like I was like, oh shit, what happened?
Yeah,
that was cool. That was a good camera shot.
Good shit. All right, so we had another video package.
There was a lot.
Another video package. This time, it was Mariah May talking about like kind of her story with Toni Storm, and this was kind of more of an extended video package as well. And it was just Mariah May being very spiteful, to be honest. It was good. It was good. I'm not saying it was boring or anything. It was it was a good video package. Like I said, Mariah May just getting a shit off on Toni Storm. At one point, I'm sure she said she was going to write the eulogy for Toni Storm. Another video package. So it's weird when I've got it like bullet pointed like this, segment by segment. It is kind of crazy. Like now you're reading it. Another video package, and I think at this point it's like, another video package, and it kind of gets lost in the shuffle a little bit, you know. As Charlie already mentioned earlier, pacing issue kind of thing, because I think this would have been a bit more effective if it could have stood alone a bit better, you know. Because if you're going to put in the effort to make a video package like this, a more extensive one, which was a good video package, it's like I just said, kind of got lost in the shuffle a little bit. But yeah, nonetheless, this is definitely one of the more hyped matches of All In, Mariah May, Toni Storm, and we're fired up, Marcus. I think we are. I think everyone is.
I love women. I love toxic women. I love women who want to kill other women sometimes in wrestling. I just love women. I love Mariah May too. She's doing her thing. She's killing this whole role. And when she wins that belt, man, what happens after, I'm going to be locked in for. But this package as a whole, it probably did the best job of selling what Mariah May's motivations are. Of just simply, I'm just here to replace you. You can be a star, but we all gonna die. But I'm gonna write you eulogy, fam. It is what it is. I'm taking that belt. It's really good. It's really effective, and the visuals. Whoever shot this, whoever put this together, you need a raise, brother. You just straight up need a raise because this shit was great.
Yeah, very good stuff from the production side of things. AEW was when it came to the packages yesterday. Charlie, you like it, Mariah, Tony, video package, etc., etc.
I had to go back and watch it like separately because if I was getting slapped in the face with video packages, I was just like, dear God, please give me a match. But no, I really enjoyed this, bro. I'm just.
Charlie's not allowed to complain about anything.
No, I'm not allowed an opinion.
Story, man.
Anyways, I'm excited for the match. I think it's going to be really good. This video package, like Marcus said, did a really good job of selling Mariah's motivations. I think they're going to bleed. I think they're going to bleed a lot. I think Tony's going to really, really go for it with the blade job. And I think she's going to wear all white gear and it's going to look fucking insane. And I'm very, very excited because that's going to be a crazy visual.
I'm so hyped for the entrances they're going to have. This shit's going to be...
Oh, yeah. Tony's entrance last year was fucking hilarious because if she came out to the national anthem.
She got the gossip.
Oh, you know, Toni Storm's an old school bleeder as well, brother.
Yeah, bro. Like when Mariah first, when Mariah turned on her, like the crimson mask she had then, I think it's going to be like 10 times that. It's going to be incredible.
This honestly,
I'm excited for this.
From like April on, this is like the best work of Toni Storm's career to me.
Yeah.
And they're going to bleed. They almost have to bleed, just considering how they've done this since Mariah turned. They have to.
It is quite literally a blood feud. Like.
Yeah.
All right, so next, not quite a video package, but not a match. But it did pop me because we got Mina Shirakawa. She was asked about the ongoing situation with Mariah May and Toni Storm, and she's conflicted about it. She's not happy about it, and yeah, it seems like she's going to be kind of like weaved into, I guess, maybe even the finish at Wembley. You know, we'll see what happens there with Mina Shirakawa because she's in the US for a little bit now. So AEW, you would assume, should utilize her. So
yeah.
What do you think she'll play into All In, or do you think it'll be something for after, Charlie?
I don't know that she's going to be involved in the actual All In match. I could see her popping up in Cardiff if there's a segment, like if Mariah and Tony have a segment. I could see her popping up on either the Dynamite or Collision taping. But I do think she's going to be involved in the Fallout for sure. I think she'll be at All Out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most definitely. I can see that happening. But first and foremost, I love Mina Shirakawa. Did I ever mention that?
Got a good look.
Once or twice.
A good woman. She's a great woman.
Looks like a star, you know.
Present, all that. But nah, man. Like,
Aura,
I like
you know.
Exactly. I felt the mama on my screen when she popped up.
Oh dear.
But nah, like she's great. I like how the role she's played in this, especially the Forbidden Door season, because that was a really good build-up and a really fun match for her and Tony, and then Mariah May basically being in the middle. Now the roles are reversed. Tony and Mariah can't stand each other, and Mina's like, I just hope no one dies. And I'm very convinced she's going to be in Cardiff at the very least. Don't know about All In. I would have her as a part of the finish in some way, or at least the Fallout. But next week, I'm very confident she's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how AEW decide to play it with Mina and her involvement in this story and thereafter. All right, so finally, Charlie, some grabs.
Some
fucking grabs. You know,
you happy now?
Yeah.
So happy. I'm locked in.
All right, so this was a qualifier for the Casino Gauntlet, and it was Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly. 3 tremendous professional wrestlers, and they had a very, very nice match here. Roderick Strong is like my favorite wrestler in AEW. He's just, bro, it's just every time he's out there, man. He loves to be out there. He loves to just whack people, get whacked, and just play some music for the people, you know?
He's a great wrestler. You
Doesn't
can give
matter
him
if
5
it's-
minutes. You can give him 15 minutes. You can give him 2 minutes. He's gonna go out there and just go insane. His gas tank is just so that shit never empties. Doesn't matter how much time you give him.
You know, one of the things I've noticed about some of these like older, I think it's like a trend with the older ROH guys. I think it's like,
100%.
bro, picture does not fucking matter to these guys, bro.
No.
Like, Roddy doesn't
Oh
care
my
if
God.
we're in picture in
That
picture.
was
Brian
incredible.
Danielson doesn't give a shit if we're in picture in picture. Mark Briscoe does not give a fuck if we're in picture in picture. And
some Adro as well.
as a fan who watches all the picture in picture on Fight TV, I appreciate that a lot.
Indeed.
You know,
Great.
so that always pops me. They're never just kind of like filling time and just trying to get through the ad break. You know, they're always trying to do whether even if it's just interacting with the crowd and stuff. You know,
Sets them apart from the rest of the roster.
yeah, literally. But there's many things that set Roderick Strong apart from the rest of the roster. Anyway,
Machine built for groups.
Exactly.
he's an animal, man. But it's not like he wasn't. It's not like he was in there with two bums by any means. Because Kyle O'Reilly is fantastic, and Orange Cassidy's probably AEW's most consistent wrestler ever. So this was nice. I enjoyed it. OC got the win. I don't think anyone's too surprised by that, to be honest.
No.
But yeah, it was good shit, wasn't it, Charlie?
It was. This was really, really fun. I enjoyed this so much. These guys had great chemistry. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about the match other than the fact that I really fucking enjoyed it, and I hope that Roddy and Carlos still win the Gauntlet, but depends how many people, I guess, that they're flying out over for that match specifically. A lot of people are going to be in the UK anyways because they've got the Dynamite Collision taping, but I don't know. Really enjoyed this. The Conglomeration running down like after the Kingdom got up in the apron, that was a really good spot. Roderick Strong faking out and like trying to find the table under like every side of the ring was very, very funny.
Yeah, I think that was in picture in picture.
That was in picture in picture, yeah. But yeah, a lot of good stuff. Really love this match. I really like when AEW does party matches with people that actually care about doing party matches. Like sometimes they try to do it with people that like sleepwalk through spots, but these guys are very cohesive and they work together very well. So it was a good time.
Yeah, you have a good time with it, Marcus?
I had time of my life, you know, because I just love the Conglomeration. Every single iteration of them, plus people that they wrestle, because they're just a perfect mid card babyface act. 3 to 4 really popular guys that the fans really love, and you just let them go out there and have really fun matches with people, and you let Mark Briscoe get a microphone in his face and talk. It works. And honestly, it's probably saved my love of Orange Cassidy, like Chris always likes to say, because it really does. Because he's not in the forefront of it. It's really Mark Briscoe's show, and he's a part of it. And it's all I can ask for. And throw me with Roddy Strong, are you kidding me? Time of my damn life. And there's one spot, man.
Oh, the high-low.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I had flashbacks.
All the feelings. I really don't want Kyle to leave the Conglomeration, but I do miss him and Roddy as a tag team.
They're the greatest tag team. It's not really a tag team.
Listen, Kyle, it's time to man up. You know, I know you've made some good friends that I'm huge fans of myself. You know, I adore Mark Briscoe like I adore no other wrestler on this planet. You know, but when Roderick Strong comes knocking at your door and you're putting off high lows in front of me on AEW Dynamite on a Wednesday evening, just brings back some feelings, you know. Kyle, you was very pissed off. How dare you let Orange Cassidy sneak up behind you like that, pin you to the mat? We saw the reaction. We saw how pissed off you got.
We did.
You know?
We did. Pounding the mat.
We saw the seeds planted. We saw the high low last night as well. You know.
Hey man,
it's time.
We might be back.
Don't run from it. You know?
I'm not. No, Conor O'Reilly is genuinely one of my favorite wrestlers, like bar none. But I love the Conglomeration.
I think too, because like, can you say no to Mark Briscoe? Can you say no to Baby J?
I think Roddy should just join the Conglomeration instead.
Hey, man.
It's a best of both worlds. And then the Kingdom can go and do tag team stuff and actually be players on AEW TV. That'd be nice. They're a really good tag team. And then we can get Okada and Roddy versus the Kingdom, which I probably would have done anyway.
It's too much power of friendship for me, that is.
No.
Hey, man. We might be
all this child's play. You know,
No.
I want men filled with hate and resentment and hate.
We have Hangman. We have Hangman.
More.
We need Roddy and Kyle just fucking whacking people, bro.
They can do that in the Conglomeration.
Yeah, but there's a certain edge to it as he heals that it's like you can't pass it
Kyle's
up.
got his reasons, Charlie. You'll understand. It's okay. It's okay.
I want.
You know?
I'll
And that's it's part of the art of professional wrestling as well. Like seeing someone turn on Mark Briscoe is just fucking heartbreaking. You know,
Yeah.
Baby J,
how dare you? You know, like, and I think for someone like Kyle, who I think has actually done pretty well, especially since coming back as just coming across as just like an authentic person instead of trying to do like wrestling promos. Because, admittedly, he's not great at that.
He's not.
Whereas if he did execute a good turn on the Conglomeration, mostly Mark Briscoe, that's a good like platform to elevate him as a heel off instead of trying to get him out there with a live mic to justify why he's turned on. They could just fucking kick the shit out of Mark Briscoe.
Yeah.
You know?
Bro, this is so unrelated to what we're talking about. They need to go back and do that Shibata rematch because of like they did the backstage thing where Shibata like came and helped him up when he was like sat against the wall, and then they never circled back to it. So I'd like Colorado versus Shibata, please. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm with that.
I'm with it.
Hey man, when that turn happens, Baby J when he's 18 will understand.
Yes.
Dog pops in the chat.
I do have two dogs. A lot of people only ever see Oscar. Peanut doesn't really ever come downstairs. So when she popped on screen, I was like, oh. But yes, that is Oscar.
Got our own conglomeration.
I do. That is all the pets I have. It's just two dogs. Contoggery.
The conglomeration.
My baby.
It works.
Regardless.
Yeah, man. Good shit though. I like the triple threat, and some seeds were planted with Kyle, I believe. OC's going to Casino Gauntlet. Let's take a quick. We got what's it? We got 3 super chats. Shout out first $5. Assuming Mariah May wins, you think they run her versus Mina for the bout at All Out?
I do it.
I don't know, man. I think there's a chance that like Mina like sides with Mariah sort of thing, even though that would be like kind of obvious because that's like who, like that was who a friend was from the start, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And she had like a nice little friend, short-lived friendship with Toni Storm, But I could see Mariah May and Mina being like a little power duo at the top of like the AEW women's division as the heels, So we'll see. Charlie's disappeared. The dogs have took over.
They revolted.
Just me and Marcos, until the dogs let Charlie go. Anyway, no is my answer to the super chat. What about you, Marcos?
I don't think they do, but I wouldn't be mad at it, depending on how they want to put me into this. Because both ways make sense. I think putting her with Mariah is probably the way to go, just because they've had a longer relationship from stretching back from Japan and stuff. And Mina and Toni just kind of got cool after wrestling one match. So I don't think it makes too much sense to play her with Toni, but I don't mind either way.
Yeah, we'll see how they play it all out. I am interested to see how the Weaver in, to be honest. I really am, because I like Mina, and she's not going to be around forever. I think she's only around for like a month, 6 weeks or something like that. So we'll see how much juice they can get out of it. Mid takes $4.99. Appreciate it as always. What if I say that video package was better than Brian's monster package? However, imagine Oba on this show, Monte.
Hey man,
what?
I don't know about the first one, respectfully. Over on the show, all I'll just say is keep him away from Don Callis.
Listen, Obafemi's bulletproof, bro. You know, Don Callis. No.
Screwdrivers.
Yeah.
Screwdriver law. Jesus.
All right, mid takes. Yeah, I don't think that Brian package was. It was special, brother. Special.
It was.
You know? And Oba would. He'd run any promotion he's in, bro. You know, he runs NXT. He's gonna run the main roster. He'd run AEW if he was there. He'd run New Japan if he was there. He's just.
Oh, bro.
They're just.
Over in New Japan. That'd be different.
Big Black thing in New Japan winning the IWGP.
If we ever get Obafemi in Noah, I will be like,
bro.
I'll do an emergency stream. I think.
Even Mark Pickering was commentary, but stop me from watching.
I'll drag like Ibu, Joe, or like Rob, or someone. I'll do it on my own if I have to be guys with you. Solo stream, emergency meeting with the fellas about Obafemi heading to Japan. That'll do numbers, bro. Since Charlie has the most feminine voice here, clearly, you can read the Ricky Stark super chat for $4.99.
Oh, have I got to do the
you can do it however you like because you, like I said, you already have a feminine voice, you know. So.
I do. I'm not doing the inflections because my voice will probably crack. Marcus, I got your text, and of course you can be my +1 for Texas All In. Slay Queen.
Ain't no text messages, ain't no +1s, ain't none of that, brother. All I know you talking about, you must got me mistaken. You must got me fucked up with somebody else. Absolutely
I don't
not.
know you begin down like that, Marcus.
I don't get down like nothing. You can be the +1.
I ain't gonna say no to being someone's +1 to a show going for free. I'll do it. I have no shame.
Yeah. Suit yourself.
Yeah. I appreciate the $4.99.
Why is there wine glasses in the chat?
Charge your hold it.
Oh, I did see this tweet actually.
Yeah.
What's the tweet, Charlie?
It's just a Joe bit.
Yeah,
but
like, I know what the bit is, but I don't know what the wine.
I don't know the context, but like I know it's a Joe bit.
Maybe they're talking about Obafemi. That's my hope. You know.
I think Joe started the flag thing, so I think maybe he just started choosing a wine glass at the end of his tweets or something.
Yeah, but Joe's an artist, very big fan.
He is.
Shout out to Albert, the legend, the myth, the man.
That's bro. I might try and convince him to do a show with me at some point this weekend. Anyway, where was we? Why am I on Twitter? Why have I got Twitter?
You alright?
We were talking
Cassidy versus Roddy versus Kyle O'Reilly.
No,
Good match.
Yeah.
All right, so next up, we had Claudio versus Okada face to face, and they'd been advertising this as a face to face all week. Graphic, everything. And it really bugs me when fucking AEW does this, bro. When they advertise a segment like we'll hear from or a face to face or whatever, and then it's just backstage, bro. Like, just like.
I mean, you got a face to face.
I mean, yeah.
Plus, it worked better backstage anyway. So.
Oh yeah, I would never.
Yeah, it wasn't even a bad. It's not even like what they give us was bad. It was just that like when you get advertised graphic and everything face to face, you're expecting a proper face to face, maybe a contract signing or some shit. You know what I mean? And but obviously that is very American TV tropes. But if you're gonna do a face to face, let's put a bit more kind of oomph on it. I'd say, even if it isn't like in front of a live audience, because this was just basically a backstage interview with two people,
two grown men in suits having a nice conversation.
They were suited and booted.
Yeah, a little bit of trolling from Okada as well, But so face to face with Renee in the middle, and Claudio talks about making this chance count, and he needs to win this match, and very much just very typical kind of like baby face. I need to win this. This is my opportunity. I need to make a point of winning this match, and then we go over to Okada, and Okada just clowns him. Basically, he just clowns
with a
him.
nice speech.
Yeah,
so
very, very sarcastic. But he does actually lock into an actual promo here, and he starts talking about like you need to know who you're dealing with. I'm the greatest tournament wrestler of all time, 4-time G1 winner. I've done this, I've done that. I mean, he was talking that shit, bro. You know, yeah, he was talking that shit.
All of them things.
And then he gets out of there, and then it's Claudio just left with Renee, and Claudio kind of locks in on what I thought was the better half of his promo when he talks about, look, he wants the real Rainmaker next week. You don't want no bullshit bootleg Rainmaker who does all his shtick and all this and that. He wants that G1 winner. He wants that Tokyo Dome Okada. Like, he wants the real Rainmaker. And yeah, I'm fired up for it. Obviously, kind of surprised that they're doing it on a Dynamite, even if it is in Cardiff and it's a special Dynamite. This definitely wouldn't be out of place on All In. But nonetheless, as a match in a vacuum, very excited to see it, Charlie.
Yeah, it's gonna be very fun. The thought of just hearing the coin drop in Wales is very, very funny to me, and I don't know why. It doesn't sound right.
There's a lot of anti-Welsh sentiment on this damn pod. It's crazy.
No, I love Wales. What? Cardiff is like one of my favorite wrestling scenes. I'm there like once a month. Like,
I'm not anti-Welsh. I like Cardiff. Okay.
To be fair, I have been a very loud Wales hater over the past couple of years on this channel. You know.
I don't know. I love Wales. I love all of Wales. But yeah, I really like this promo segment. Claudio saying you're gonna have 99 problems and this bitch will be one did pop me quite a lot.
Jay-Z is fucking hilarious.
That was an incredible line.
Your ass not have a Blueprint in your damn CD player rooms in our way. You did not have Blueprint 2. You did not have the Black Album. You ain't had none of that, Claudio. I don't know where you got that from, brother. You was listening to In My Lifetime.
Yeah, it was good stuff. I'm excited for the match. I think, yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, it should be good, shouldn't it, Marcus? They're two very good wrestlers. You know?
Two very good wrestlers. One all-timer and one of the greatest utility players in the history of this business, damn near. Like, just the actual concept of the face-to-face was so funny looking, because it's just two guys suited up, booted up, just having a nice conversation. They've done it before with Roddy and Osprey, and that was a fantastic segment they did. This was really good here, too. I like Claudio just kind of being understated and being like, okay, I'm going to make my chance count, blah, blah, blah. This is my opportunity. I'm going to take it. And then Claudio's like, Okada's like, all right, bro. You know who you fucking with? 1, 2, 3, 4 of them things. 4 G1 climaxes. And I'm going to hold this belt to the Continental Classic. Y'all really going to see what my jacket about. Because was telling y'all what my jacket is like. This is me. I'm Bit Rainmaker. Y'all know what this is. And he threw in the night. And of course, he threw in the bitch at the end, which honestly was the best use of it in months. So it's all around. Claudio just waiting for Okada to leave so he can get his shit off is a very funny visual, though. I can't lie.
It is very funny. Yeah.
It's like, bro, don't want to say what you just when you're there. What you got scared of 4G1 climaxes? You got scared of the Continental Classic?
He cuts the promo right down the barrel of the camera as well. So it's like he's like talking to Okada, who was probably 5 feet away.
Like, bro, you probably should have pressed that in the mirror a little harder, my boy. I can't lie.
It's good shit.
Man. Yeah, Okada already saying he's gonna win the C2 and retain his shit, man. All right. So next up, we had Renee backstage again with the Patriarchy this time, and of course, if you caught Collision, Christian Cage, he's what a referee!
What a
referee! Hell of a referee.
Oh,
Charlie, did you see this? Did you see the finish to the?
I saw
bang bang bang. Did you see the finish though?
Yes.
Okay. You know, Christian Cage got up, so
yeah.
You saw his feet, you know.
The fit was incredible. Like Seth Rollins, take notes. Like,
man. He needs to learn a thing from Christian. We can all learn a thing or two from Christian.
Guy.
But yeah, Renee asked him about about his questionable refereeing.
Put it right down the middle.
And he said, "Yo, I called it right down the middle. I don't know what you're talking about." and he what was it? So then he goes into this whole bit how he resents Renee's like Renee don't even speak. Like
Yeah.
he goes like Renee just asks him about the decision that he made as referee, and then he goes off on this whole tangent about how they're not good enough and they didn't quit and da. Then just randomly turns to Renee and he's just like, "I resent your tone. Actually, get the fuck out of here." You know, like, kicks her off the set, calls her a bad mom.
Yeah. What a guy.
Take away the nunchucks. Take away the DVDs of kung fu movies. She was a bad mom.
Yeah, Christian Cage is doing his thing, you know, doing what Christian Cage does.
Do we know what the Wembley match is for the trios yet?
No, it's pretty obvious what it's going to end up being, isn't it? You know?
I haven't watched an episode of Collision in about a month, so
it'll be Bang Bang Gang, House of Black, Patriarchy.
Okay.
Freeway.
No, I did know.
Most likely, you know, that isn't breaking news or anything or a scoop. Like, that's just watching the TV show, but Charlie hasn't been able to recently.
Charlie's just busy.
What's the price?
She goes to festivals and does
Shows.
Weird things where she gets ill.
Wait, whoa.
I mean,
easy.
Wrong? Is it incorrect?
Festival flu is very real and should not be taken.
See.
That's the one. That's what they call it.
Charlie, not a hologrammer. I have watched all of Hologram's matches. I haven't watched full episodes of Collision. I've picked out stuff. I've seen everything with Hologram. Don't worry.
And it's Holo Gang. Remember, Charlie? Holo Gang or
I was reading chat. They said hologrammer in chat. I was just reading. But I'm not.
What was it? Holo Gang, actually.
Don't shoot the messenger.
A couple super chats real quick. Mid takes $4.99. Watch Ilya versus Cesaro. Watch Ilya versus Cesaro from Takeover Cardiff. Ready for Okada versus Claudio. What are everyone's predictions for Hangout at Wembley?
I'll keep my mouth shut on that.
Yeah, it's kind of like
I don't know what it is.
You know, it's kind of. You know what it is, brother? It's like one very good audience. It's like just be transparent with the audience instead of like trying to pick up some bullshit. So we have a very, very, very good idea of what Hangman is doing at Wembley. So it's like it wouldn't be a prediction, and I don't want to just say and then be like, "Oh, my prediction was right," because it's like it's bullshit, isn't it? So it's like, yeah, Hangman's not doing anything super, super surprising. I don't think in terms of the match he'll be involved in.
Like you're not going to be shocked.
Yeah,
no, you're not going to be surprised at all.
If you know what his goal is, which is very obvious, there is a route to said goal. You know, and we'll see. The custodian Lexus King $4.99. Someone let Hook know Orlando ain't so bad. He could ask Penta if he wants more info.
Don't see the gossip, man. His present is AEW.
His present is AEW. Like, he confirmed it in a tweet. Wrestlers are very famous for being authentic and not lying. Like,
it is very funny because it's like it's just funny seeing him like when I saw him reply to the WrestlePurists tweet, and then immediately after he did his own tweet like my present is AEW. I was just popping a bit because it's just kind of like no one said anything that like he said. If anything, it's not like AEW sources say that Penta's done it. It was like people in WWE are expecting Penta in Orlando. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like Penta's told people this and that. So you know, it's that's what WWE people were saying. And then Sean's report was like,
it was like, all right, bro.
He's trying.
Sean's report was just like, yeah, people in AEW think Penta's just debunking reports just to make sure that no funny business goes on with Ray Phoenix. You know?
Bro, Ray Phoenix's contract, there is some injury time that could be added to that. Like,
that's like a year's worth of injury time on that shit, probably.
Yeah, he could get complicated, but I don't think Tony will play that card.
I don't think. I
honestly don't think he would. Even if Penta was like, here's me at the PC today. You know, like, I don't think Tony would be like, all right, well, I'm going to hold your brother hostage. You know,
I think like if they're already set on leaving, and it very much does seem like they are, like what's the point of keeping a guy around in a
Exactly.
contract? He's just going to sit at home most of the time, or he's going to be like losing on TV. Just let them go do their thing and focus on other tag teams, man. Focus on tag teams in general. That would be grand.
Hey, man. I don't think he'll do it, but it would be funny and nasty as all hell if he did.
Oh yeah, there would be definitely some humor in it, you know.
It'd make me laugh for like a week, and then I'd be like, "Damn."
Yeah, then it'd be like Free Phoenix.
Damn, he really hog-tied Phoenix.
Yeah.
Anyway, funniest wrestler in the business right now.
It's an interesting super chat. Gareth Bale, $5. Appreciate you, brother. You keep running your mouth on Wales Monty, and we're gonna have a problem. Now watch this drive.
Big Bell spinning the block. He said, "Talk to him nice and don't talk at all."
That's good. That's
pressed on air, brother.
You know what? Bale is probably the best thing to ever come out of Wales. So, yeah. Someone said Meltzer just tweeted, and I have no idea what the context is. So just seeing Meltzer has tweeted in the live chat has popped me huge.
Zero context. God bless.
Right, let's have a. All right, Dave Meltzer. Oh man. Oh, no, we've lost another one. We've lost another special one. The World Samoan. The other one, which is not Roman's father. What's his name? If you're looking at the tweet, Charlie, because I'm looking at the live chat, not the actual tweet.
Afa. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay. Yeah, so Afa and Sika,
I refresh it on.
As if, bro, so close together as well, man. Man, that's a shame, bro. That's a shame. Rest in peace, man. But yeah, God. What a legendary family, you know. But anyway, shout out the World Samoans forever and always. Their dynasty still lives on, very much so. You know, main event in Mania after Mania after Mania after Mania, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down. You know,
it ain't gonna stop. It don't stop.
Ain't no stopping.
They're going to be looking down at a very, very long, proud legacy. You know, goes without saying. All right. Anyway. Back to Dynamite, and we have Hook. Someone just mentioned Hook in the live chat as well, in one of the super chats. Hook in-ring interview with Toni Schiavone. I was surprised this was the direction I went with this. I was talking, I think it might have been in private actually, but it does surprise me sometimes that AEW do just like kind of throw some people out there for these live segments. So we were just talking about the face-to-face not being face-to-face live in front of the people and stuff. Mm-hmm. But this was. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, fuck the Continental Championship match, you know, which is kind of just being built out of nowhere. Here's this Hook live in-ring interview in probably the worst feud we're doing right now, you know?
Probably.
Well, yeah, most definitely. I was trying to be... Yeah, definitely. But yeah, man, Hook comes down to Toni Schiavone and talks about this feud. He's got this eye patch on as well because he's just been hit by a fireball a couple of weeks ago. Very tragic. We all pray for him. And yeah, man, he cuts his promo, bro, and he gets like right up into the camera like this to start it. He's like, it's Jericho.
He's like one of the Blue Ratchet videos.
He's like, you took out my one eye, but the bad news is got my other one.
It was so jarring.
Yeah, Charlie got it right. It was very jarring. It was like, whoa, back up.
You ain't got to be this close.
Bro, I ain't do all that.
I can see the wrapping without you being like 2 inches away from the camera. It's okay.
He's like, go on, play that, bro. We don't need to be that close. Go on, back up. Personal space, brother.
So yeah, he cuts a promo on Chris Jericho, and he's going to take back the FTW Championship, and he wants him right now. He said, "Fuck his eye, I want it right now. You know, I want Jericho right here, right now. We're doing this match right now." And you okay, Marcus?
Keep reading.
It's just a bad segment, isn't it?
I mean, it was an interesting segment, wasn't it? You know, Jericho comes out, he answers the challenge, and he's like, "Oh, he does the Jericho thing. He's like, you want to go? You want to do this right now? We can do this right now. If you want to do this right now, you want to go?" Starts taking off his jacket and everything, and he's like, "No," and the crowd boos, and it's like, "Oh, what a heel!" You know, and Jericho's like, "Oh, we can do this at Wembley at All In," and that's obviously the match we got. It got made official, I believe, as well. And
Yeah.
Provided he
FTW.
beats Big Bill next week.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
It's
yes.
got to be Big Bill. Of course, it's got to be an obstacle. It's got to be an obstacle.
Right,
I like Big
always.
Bill. I like Big Bill, man. So
Yeah.
happy to see him get
So
some
do I.
ring time, you know. Yeah, Big Bill versus Hook. Hook, you'd assume he's going to hit a really cool suplex on him. You know, that'll be a nice way for him at least to get to the pay-per-view, you know. I have no interest in this feud, to be honest. I actually think it's
Actively bad.
I think, yeah, I was gonna say like it's actually put Hook in a worse position, but they actually were going through a phase before this feud where Hook was doing absolutely nothing. So it's like you have to kind of consider, was this better than nothing?
Bro, I tweeted last night that like a year after he went for the FTW title at All In, he's doing the same thing. And that was a controversial thing to say, that he was stagnated as a character. People were just like, well, no, he's like, it's better because of this and that. I was just like, brother, he is doing the exact same shit he did last year, just with Jericho instead of Jack Perry. Like, it's on the main card now. Like, woo, I guess. Like, I did not know why that was controversial, but apparently it was.
I don't think
I thought this fucking sucked, by the way. I really didn't like it.
Yeah, it wasn't good, Charlie.
Also, I don't think Hook's that there. I think Hook just ass.
Yeah,
Oh man, he's
not getting the reps that he needs.
yeah.
I actively think that he should go to NXT, to be honest. Like, no
Oh,
shade
he'd
to
be
him,
awesome in
but
NXT,
I think
bro.
he should absolutely go to NXT.
He'd be awesome in NXT. Man.
He would be so over.
Also,
Like-
CW shit, it might work, but like, do I really want to see him wrestle? Fuck no.
You don't watch NXT, so it wouldn't be an issue.
Exactly. But
You wouldn't see him
I
wrestle regardless.
don't want
I
to see him
think
wrestle.
NXT. If he actually the thing is with Hook as well is that you'll hear things about like, oh, he's more into like trying to like start up a fashion brand and stuff like that. It's like if he was to go NXT and was like, yo, I'm locking in, you know, I'm locking in, showing up to the PC every day or whatever it is, or even if AEW had like similar kind of a structure to where there was like a training facility you could go to every day and get kind of like some sort of reps in. I do think there is something there if you wanted to like fully lock in and with obviously the help of good booking. I don't think he's like a talent where it's like, oh my god, he can't miss. That'd be a silly thing to say, I think. Obviously, he came in with a lot of hype before he even made his debut match, and his debut match was literally like flawless. It was perfect, you know, the one with Fuego. And it was crazy to think like where the world was when Hawk had all that hype, you know, and where he is now. So I don't know, man. At least the only thing I can say positive about this feud is that at least it's kind of they've tried to do something in the sense of like getting Hook back on TV. And I guess if you are still rooting for Hook, and I know a lot of people have given up faith in him, and I get it, he's not like I've already said, he's not a can't miss talent by any means. But for the people that haven't given up on him, it's like maybe this can lead into something better for him because he's now on TV now. He's going to have a Wembley match, and it's like you'd assume he's not just going to completely disappear after assumably beating Jericho at Wembley. You know, like do something cool with him. I don't know, like
for a belt no one gives a shit about, and probably should get retired after he wins it.
Yeah,
Win it, give it back to Taz, and call the damn day.
that would be cool, man. That'd be a cool segment to like do. Like even if you could do it live as well, because like Taz can carry that segment. Do you know what I mean? Like Taz is a fucking beast, bro. You know,
that's so great. Like, Taz is just one of the coolest wrestlers ever.
He's the man, bro. He's the man. I fucking love. I love Taz, bro. Everyone, you're a weirdo if you don't love Taz.
Exactly. Never get Hook a microphone ever again, please. Never.
I don't want to hear Hook talk. It's just weird.
Never needed to. But now I hear his voice. This is like, this is Matthew. Like,
it's He doesn't sound how I expected him to
It
sound.
sounds like a generic 1950s.
That's right, and it's like, yeah, and like I said, it's like if you're AEW, it's how can you be like, all right, let's do a live promo with Hulk, and it's like I said, I think as you can tell, I'm very kind of like somewhat forgiving towards Hulk and stuff. But I do think some like decision making like that, it's like how could you ever think that was going to be like good for him, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah. The graphic was very funny though. Like the "We'll Hear from Hook" graphic did pop me.
I don't think I ever want to hear from Hook again in my life.
I want to hear from Hook again, but the graphic was good.
The graphic was hard though. I will give him that, but I don't want to hear from him.
Just I don't know, man. Just like work on doing more of like the vignettes of him around New York and shit like that. And he says like a few sentences here and there, you know. And like when he gets really good at vignettes and maybe some backstage stuff, you know, it's then you throw someone out to the live audience to cut a promo to build to a pay-per-view match, not when they're still like green as fuck in that department, you know.
Samoa Joe, please save him. Please come back.
Yeah, oh man.
Miss him.
Oh man,
what you got to remind me? Too. That's the worst part.
What you got to remind me?
I'm just saying, bro. Something was working with the pairing of him and Joe and Shibata. Now Joe's gone. It's like, bro.
Joe taking him under his wing was. I'll work for anyone, bro. Joe could take me under his wing next week, and I'd start getting over. You know. But yeah, that wasn't a good segment, was it, fellas? Speaking of not good, next up we had the Young Bucks versus the Acclaimed, and all right. So this starts off. This is the AEW tag title match. That's obviously they've been building to this for a while. And I know obviously we'll get to the finish, and obviously the actual big match will be the one at Wembley, which will be, you know, to be decided, to be announced. But yeah, this is like the match that they've been building to for a hot minute. Acclaimed have had this tag title shot for like a month or something like that now, you know, since that Eliminator match. And they do the jump start on the stage, bro. And I'm thinking, we're starting hot. There's going to be some spots on the stage and stuff. We're going to get in the ring, tight 10 minutes. Good shit, you know, we'll get like a couple hot tags in there. The Bucks will do some cool shit, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I'm thinking going into this. And so far, so good, you know, they do the attack on the stage. Bonus does like a cool dive off the stage and stuff, and they're brawling down to the ring. And then they get into the ring, and the match starts, and like next to nothing happens for like the next 20 minutes. And like, I don't know, man. It's just
Billy
20
Gunn
minutes.
cameo.
You know, Billy Gunn comes down for like basically no reason, like 2 minutes into the match. At one point, that you know the Bucks done so much stick in this match, and it's basically all they do now, man. But you know, Nick gave Billy Gunn a chair, then the referee caught Billy Gunn with a chair and ejected Billy Gunn, and that got the Bucks some heat, and that's when they really started to take over and get like working their heat segment, and
in typical Billy Gunn fashion, just had to get announced by Justin Roberts. Billy Gunn has been ejected.
Yeah, they even announced the ejection fully to the live crowd. Like,
hilarious. Like, bro.
Made sure they got the heat in, you know. But yeah, like I said, this match was a lot of nothing, man. And it's kind of it's I don't know, man. I'll watch shit like this, and I just think it's kind of a shame, you know. Like I genuinely like some of the thoughts I had during this match was like, if you're one of the Young Bucks fans who, and I'm very aware one of them might be on screen right now. If you're one of like the huge Young Bucks fans that was really looking forward to like this tag title reign and this run in general, and even just as little as like seeing them wrestle again, like in an actual tag match like last night, because it had been like a hot minute since they wrestled like a traditional 2-on-2 tag match like that. I genuinely like felt sorry for them a bit, because it's just like, bro, they're just out there, just kind of winging the way through it, doing headlock. And I get the heels and stuff, and they're gonna lean on stick, but it's like, bro, the performances are so like lifeless, and just it's almost like if you don't want to be there, just fucking don't show up, bro. You know, like, and it's genuinely getting to that point with the Young Bucks now, and it's like, I don't know. It's a hard one for me because it's like I've never been like a huge Young Bucks fan, but I've always been able to be like, there's always been like a very high level of appreciation and recognizing how great they are, like just satisfying those live crowds with the effort of the performances, the level of like the way they're structured the matches and stuff like that. And it's just this match had none of this. Like, where would you say this ranks in like Bucks' worst Dynamite performances? Because I think it's like really up there. Like this had nothing to it, and maybe I'm being over dramatic, but this was like I thought this was quite egregious from then, you know. And they're working the Acclaimed who aren't going to fill the spots that I don't know, say like a Lucha Bros or like someone really like someone not really dynamic, for example. That was just the first name that came to mind. It's like you really got to. What was the point of doing all this build just to kind of give the Acclaim that match, bro? Like, it was just like...
let's just get this over with the Wembley. That's all I'll say.
But they weren't even building it. They were just dragging it out week on week. There was not. They just weren't acknowledging the fact that they had this match coming up, and then they just announced that it was happening on a Dynamite. There was no build, bro. Being a Young Bucks fan in 2024 is very, very difficult. Because then they just go out there and wrestle like that. And I'm like, wow, they don't want to be in the business anymore, do they? Like, it's really hard to invest in them. Like, they locked in for Sting and Darby for Revolution. And then they just mentally checked out again. And it's like, bro. Like, I was speaking to Ibu about this, like, a couple of weeks ago now. Like, in DMs or whatever. They haven't had, like, a good TV tag match since the Rampage match with the Lucha Brothers.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
yes.
It's just, I'll say it's just kind of crazy to me, you know, because they are who they are. Like, they're so important, they have such a reputation, etc. Like all these different things, and it's like, I don't know, man. I just don't know how they can.
There's so many things to say. Like, the tag division is what it is right now, which is deeply unfortunate because we're rotating the same 3 goddamn teams. I don't need to see Young Bucks and FTR again. This is like the biggest fake feud I've ever seen in the business in quite some time. They don't really
They're
have
not even
great
directly
chemistry.
feuding.
No, the real feud is Acclaimed and FTR because they claim they're correctly bad that they want a title shot when we literally have a shot set. Like, we want it, and you're butting in. So that as a separate feud is fine over there somewhere. In the middle of this, it's just a lot, bro. I don't need to see all this. Let's just wrap this shit up at Wembley. Yeah, we're gonna do a whole FTR Acclaim match on Collision when it goes. You know damn well that's shit gonna be a draw or some other shit. Y'all know it.
FTR.
They're absolutely going to a time limit.
Yeah.
They're absolutely going to a time limit draw so they can do the 3-way tag at Wembley. They should have just declared that on Dynamite that they were going to do a 3-way tag on Wembley. It's fucking stupid that they're doing this number 1 contenders match. We all know that what's going to fucking happen. Right, I'm so convinced that Adam Copeland and Christian were meant to be facing the Bucks at Wembley, and that's why so much of this has been so bad in the build with the tag division. But also, that happened, Copeland's injury happened in May. You had plenty of time to pivot and find something actually decent to do at this pay-per-view, and clearly it's not fucking work. AEW tag division has not been good since 2022, and I've been saying this for about 18 months now, so...
Well, they were cracked then, but the matches were really good.
Bro, I wrote an article last August about how the tag division was finally picking up, and here we are a year later, and it's in an even worse position.
Man. Wrestling's evil like that, bro.
The thing is, there are real solutions to this. It's just picking him. Like, pick teams, please. MXM, do not pick them because I will riot if you do. Please do not. Private Party, hi, how you doing? Y'all do something with them?
I'm not. I think that tag team, I think it's a very fun act.
They fucking
I
suck.
don't need to see them in the ring.
They fucking suck. I'm sorry, bro.
The timeline are convinced that they're like this, like really great tag team. I'm just like, bro, are we watching the same wrestlers?
Y'all are going.
Maybe I'm just old and bitter. Like, maybe I'm just really bitter about tag team wrestling right now.
I mean, yes, you are, but y'all are gonna regret convincing yourselves.
They're gonna regret hyping them up.
Like, they're not good. Do y'all really see man throwing the shittiest punches of all time and moving around like he's on fucking lean out there in the ring? Y'all like that?
Bro.
The thing is, as well, with the AEW tag division is that, like, even with the Bucks being in a different mode at the moment, to put it politely, and Lucha Bros assumably on their way out, they still have the pieces of a really strong tag division if they really want to, like, play it that way. You know, it's like you've still got up and coming tag teams like Private. But I say up and coming, they should already be like here and arrived by now. But that's just kind of
Private Party should have been tag champions.
Yeah, like Private Top Flight as well.
It's like some of it's bad luck, some of it's injuries, but at the same time, like, just pick one of the two and trust them.
So you've got FTR as well. Still, it's like how many times can you do it with them? It's like you need to elevate your Private Parties and your Top Flights. So when FTRs and Young Bucks whilst have still got time left, putting them over, it's like you're using it effectively to elevate these people. You know, it's all well and good doing these. Go on, Charlie. Go on.
If they did have to pivot with their Wembley plans with the tag division, it would have been so easy to build up Private Party and have them be like viable contenders by All In. And because there's built-in story with them between them and the Young Bucks anyways, because of the tag tournament, like back in 2019, they were the ones that knocked the Bucks out. Like, they had a match earlier this year. It would have been so fucking easy to run that back. And it would have been a fun and dynamic match because Private Party can fill in the gaps where other tag teams can't. I don't know. It would have been really easy to make Private Party like a priority in this build for All In, but
AEW fans are getting dangerous, brother. I'm telling you, like the MXM. I'm seeing the chat
Outrunners.
The chat are talking about the Outrunners. Listen, if that's the tag division you want, just don't. When you've got it, don't complain about it.
Like, why
we used to have like Team Taz and Swerve and Our Glory and Lucha Express and the Lucha Bros and the we used to have it so good.
Why are you in love with memes? What happened to you people? What's wrong with you people?
It's so
Splash dumbasses.
Am I stuck in the past? Like, am I just refusing to accept like reality? Like, am I delusional? They're fucking proud and powerful as well.
Well, I mean, that was
makes me sad.
Anyway, let's move on.
Before Chuck Taylor's body was just like, nope.
Yeah, best friends.
Best friends. Like.
Bro.
No, but the thing is as well, they've got like I said, they've got pieces, even though they haven't got like the same kind of list of established tag teams that they had at the peak of their like division. I've already obviously Top Flight and Private Party always be like the two that I circle the most, but it's like they've got so many wrestlers on the roster that they could make great tag teams with,
Yeah.
But it's like
they should sign Alex Zane and just have Monster Sauce because
they should sign the Motor City Machine Guns.
They should sign the Motor City Machine Guns. My fucking god! Just so people can shut the fuck up about speculation because I am tired of seeing it. Well, just go somewhere, bro. Just go somewhere.
They're vibing, doing their thing while everybody's.
They're playing Dad Rock in someone's basement. That's what they're fucking doing. I love the Motor City Machine Guns. Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, great wrestlers. That's
what's up. Anyway.
But yeah, like, I don't think the Outrunners are awful, and I don't think MXM are awful. I actually think like Mansour's a pretty tidy worker, and I don't know what Mace, Marseille. I don't know what he's going as at the moment, but he's big and he can kind of do stuff.
He can't move. He's no big.
He's big.
All people are big. He can't move.
But yeah, the tag division's a very sore subject for our friend Charlie.
It makes me really sad. Chuck is crushing the fuck out.
What about the Liverpool
it's
guy?
not All In season if I don't crush out about something. At least it's not the build this time.
But yeah, grizzled young veterans as well. Sign them up, bro. I know they're on the way, basically.
They do their thing.
They quite literally are doing their thing. They'll be there eventually.
Yeah,
that's not scoop.
They've got pieces to build though. They've definitely got tag teams that they could elevate, and the Young Bucks are still here. FTR are still here. You can bring in Motor City
Physically.
Machine Guns as like one of the, like a veteran tag team because that's what they are at this point.
If Mark Davis is dead,
GYV is still a tag team that could be elevated to being like a real TV presence. You know what I mean?
hell,
And they can do it as well, bro, because they can work. They're very good workers, and like Zach can talk his ass off, bro. Zach can talk, man. So
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Fuck ROH, man. Get the Kingdom on in AEW tag team.
Yes.
I don't know.
People talking about Mark Davis in chat, brother. I have some bad news. You ain't seen him this year. You ain't seen him this year. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, but the thing is, look at the glee and happiness on Marcus's face, bro.
Bro, I miss Mark Davis so dearly.
That man was damn near most of my name. I ain't glee and happiness. I'm just saying that ship sailed.
It's just really unfortunate.
Listen, the thing with Mark Davis is like it feels like it's become the hot take to want Aussie Open to be a thing again, because obviously Cole Fletcher has been like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Cole Fletcher has obviously been like elevated as a singles guy, and it's been so long now. It's like oh shit, he was fucking in one of the best tag teams in the world, like
he's been out since October of last year. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I love Mark Davis. I think he's really good. So I hope he does get healthy like ASAP. I know he's been really unlucky. I think there was a point where like he was almost ready to come back, and he had another issue. It's just poor Mark Davis. Because he's in that really unfortunate position as well. Like even though he's a great wrestler and Aussie Open are a great tag team, it's like the longer he's out, the more Cole Fletcher's just going to grow and grow and grow as a talent. So it's like. You don't want it to feel like a step down if they ever do reunite.
That's like the worst thing that happens in a tag team. You get hurt, and the company falls in love with your partner.
Yeah, bro. The only person to survive that is Jim Uso.
Yeah.
No one ever survives that ever in wrestling.
Jim Uso, and the only reason why Jim Uso survived it is because he's a fucking Uso. Do you know what I mean? Like
he was gonna be in the mix regardless, no matter what. So that's what it was. But like, especially back in WWE, bro, like in those days, they were just looking to find the singles guy in the tag team. Like they were breaking people up left and right.
Yeah, more or less. But yeah, man. I hope he gets all right very soon.
Tag division.
Showtime Spurs $10. Second time this year, a match the Acclaimed should lose. Second time this year, a match the Acclaimed should lose. Instead, goes 10 minutes too long and ends in a DQ. Gave me Billy Gunn, Jay White, Vietnam flashbacks. Listen, bro, I didn't even touch on this, and I said a lot of critical things about the books on that match. But one of the most egregious things about it was, especially if you're a Young Bucks fan, because if you're like I class myself as a Young Bucks, I'm not quite to the extent as Charlie and even Marcus, but like I do like the Bucks, And one of my favorite things about them is how they structure and place things throughout their matches. But like last night, to do a jump start and brawl on the stage, to then go 20 minutes is crazy in itself. And then to go that 20 minutes just to end it in a DQ, bro. What the fuck?
Wild.
Like, what the fuck, man?
So weird.
It was so
weird.
Oh, I know it sounded like I was just like crashing out and moaning, but that was a genuine question earlier, and I don't think anyone answered me. Like, where would that rank in Bucks' worst Dynamite performances?
Really goddamn high next to
like top 3.
It's
I can't think of many that are worse.
Only way I can think of is the Dark Order angle, but other than that,
some of the trio stuff they were doing last year was questionable. But I was lying. I was still lying. I was still lying about things at that point. Actually, I was not lying about the Dark Order. I was very loud in my hate about them. Yeah, no, top 3 for sure.
If you told someone they were really going to work the Dark Order at Wembley, people would think you're insane. No, that was going to happen.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It's fine. We bullied Tony Khan.
Anjan PN $2, appreciate his always. TK, I'll find and end you if you get soup wrong now.
Oh, yeah, brother. What a debate this has been on Twitter recently.
That's a
big one. Screwdriver.
That is a big one, man.
People are just like, he should stay in New Japan. Bro, him having a good tournament does not mean Gato will treat him right long term. Let's be real now. We saw what he did with the Musketeers for the past, year.
Well, Sergio's probably going to win the G1. And
Probably.
Big Gene Black.
But it's like,
can't put it
bro,
past him at the moment. It could be Finlay, you know. Hold on.
Whoever wins at this point, I win.
I just think Finlay, isn't it?
It would be so fucking incredible for my agendas, though. If Finlay won the G1, could you imagine?
Oh, that's so nasty.
It's like you knew he was going to the semifinals because Bullet Club, but he's been alright in this tournament. I don't want to win this shit, but he's been alright.
But yeah, Takeshita needs to.
Keep going.
I don't know, bro. He needs to come in and squash Moxley or some shit.
Needs to be treated like a god. He should be a champion. Give him a belt. Any of the belts.
All right, so obviously the situation is very touch and go and serious and whatnot. So earlier when Dave Meltzer announced that Afa had passed away, he hasn't actually passed away, but he is battling and it's not looking good apparently. So very very Dave of him.
Yikes.
Kind of jumped the gun there, but since we did do a whole little 1 minute of rest in peace Afa and etc. It seems like we have to kind of hold off on them, but he is battling. Hopefully he battles through it and it doesn't go the way that we thought it did. So there's the update on there. Dave, fucking hell, mate.
Christ alive, man.
Jeez, bro.
It's on the tweet as well. A correction. Afa has not passed away. He's battling. That is what the tweet reads.
Yeah, they got retracted condolences, bro. Come on now. You're right, David.
All right, man. We are Bucks versus the Acclaimed ended in a DQ after the Bucks went to cheat with a belt shot. FTR come down to kind of make the save, I guess, and take the belt off Matt. Matt then spits in Dax's face, causing Dax to just double leg takedown, ground and pound. Referee sees him, throws out the match, DQ. Bucks retain. Obviously, the Acclaimed are very unhappy about it, and obviously it's just kind of seems like they're building towards a freeway. But Christopher Daniels, obviously, he was in the back and he saw the events unfold. Our super official executive managerial expert Christopher Daniels.
God bless.
He saw this commotion unfold and was asked what he's going to do about it. So he said, seems like he's already came up with a plan, and that plan is FTR versus the Acclaimed on Collision this Saturday, which I actually think will be pretty good.
It'll probably be a good match. It's still dumb.
Oh yeah, because it's so we know the direction, So it's
can we please stop it? I don't need Christopher Daniels as an authority figure. I don't need authority figure.
No,
I mean it's very funny, He's got his shirt on.
I don't need it.
Kind of. He looks more like Adam Pearce every week, and it's very jarring. I don't like it.
It's like, bro, we don't need this. I'd rather just send messages to Tony Schiavone and say, Tony Khan wants this, like we were doing before.
So I've just been informed.
It's funny as well because they're speaking that cadence when they're a manager or an authority speak. I've just been informed, or you know what I mean. My decision is, and It's like Christopher Daniels never lit the world on fire as a promo guy, but it's like as an authority figure, his promos have got so much worse and so much more uncomfortable.
It's like get away from my screen, bro.
Oh, I love Christopher Daniels though. So
yeah, I love CD, but
absolute legend. Love you, CD. Please stop.
Now.
One last thing about the books.
Oh gosh.
Oh
no.
Charlie, you need to reach out to I don't know, to someone who knows someone that speaks to the books, and we need to sort this gear situation out, bro.
Someone who knows someone, yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, hit some DMs. No, it's there. Yeah, it's weird. I don't like it. I've never
outrageous.
liked this gear.
Outrageous.
Like since they debuted it for like this Sting stuff, I did not like this gear in the slightest. I was like, what are they wearing?
That was funny for like a month.
It's weird. I don't like it, and I think that they should do something different. Bring back the tassels, bro. I'm so tired.
Bring the tassels out the closet.
For me, when I'm watching them, it emphasizes all the other shit that I was saying about them, because it's like one of the things about the books is that they would have really cool gear and shit, and it would have like the tassels and the fucking, do you know what I mean? Like they'd have like cool gear that jumped off the page, and now they just look like fucking. I don't even know what the fuck they look like now. Anyway, backstage with Christopher Daniels, just went over that. All right, now it's time for us to light a candle and light a cigar, light a joint, pour a glass, sit back and observe the beautiful career of this Bryan Danielson video package. It was just basically kind of like a career retrospective, you know. Loads of different footage from his early ROH days to his indie days, New Japan footage. There was loads of those, like back in the day, there was those WrestlingRoadStories.com, all clips from that, and like stuff with like Colt Cabana and like meeting fans and like behind the scenes stuff as well from his indie days. There's PWG clips. But of course, Green Day, Good Riddance was a song playing over all of this. You know, it was super emotional. And yeah, one of the things that really popped me about this was all the different hairstyles that Bryan's had over the years. In this one video package, there's like 8 different trims, you know?
Shaggy hair to long hair to full on skinhead. Like, damn,
yeah,
Bryan.
the braids.
The braids.
But yeah, this is a wonderful video package, and it did a really good job of like encapsulating kind of just like the journey of Bryan's career through all the indies, through just being kind of just like a universally loved wrestler by like all the boys in the back and stuff, because it showed a lot of like moments like that, you know, like Bryan mingling with people backstage and just being like hugged by people and just joking around and just having a good time, and obviously mixed in with like some clips of his most iconic matches with like Nigel, Joe, etc., etc., etc. So
the Kenny match they showed,
yeah, the Kenny match, and like, you know, there was parts of the video where it would be like it was showing him in his really, really young days to like now where he's like the Kenny match, you know. You know, Okada in the Dome, like it's been a crazy career, bro. So I think they've done a really good job of capturing it in like just, I think it was like under 3 minutes, you know, it was like 2 minutes 30 or something like that. I thought this was wonderful, a really nice touch to this feud to really drive home what Bryan is putting on the line in kayfabe, you know. But yeah, Bryan Danielson, man, Green Day. Charlie loved it.
I absolutely loved it.
Hey man,
I shed a tear or 7. I was genuinely streaming. It was quite bad actually. I was just like, fuck, what am I going to be like in Wembley Stadium when like Final Countdown hits? It's going to be a wreck. No, I love this video package. I'm so locked in to I'm being called out in chat. I like things in wrestling, okay? But no, really love this. Like, it was just, that's really throwing me off what I was saying. Yeah, good shit. Bryan Danielson, one of the best wrestlers of all time. I'm locked in for this main event now, man. Like, I'm so ready for it. It's going to be incredible.
Marcus, we know you're also a member of the We Want Hangman crew, and
I would have loved
you know, as Charlie is, you know, you're very much at the very front focus of it. Both of you, you're very much front line on that battle. You know,
absolutely battered on Twitter about it.
There has to be some times where that wall that you put up, you have to let the wall down sometimes, Marcus. You know, and just appreciate the real music of Bryan Danielson's career. You know, right?
I built that wall and I ain't taking it down. But nah.
I tried.
Nah, in all seriousness though, Bryan Lloyd Danielson, bro. What a goddamn career! Like, this is one of the greatest video packages I've ever watched. Brian has 2 of the greatest video packages ever, somehow, some way, which tells you a lot about how much people love him and how much people respect him and how long he's been everywhere in this business. So, great package. They did an awesome job with it. This is the first time I've felt anything in terms of Brian's journey to Wembley, which it is what it is, but at least I'm feeling something. I still ain't wavering. I'm still a strong soldier, but for 2 minutes, I felt my heart grew 3 sizes like the Grinch.
I mean, Jeff Jarrett shouting at him
No.
moved me, to be fair.
It was not funny, I can't lie. Also,
You said Jeff Jarrett, my immediate reaction was no.
it was pretty funny, but like Jeff Jarrett should not
It's just
be
like the way
Wembley.
it was the way he's talking to Renee, like, oh yeah, man, I'm really happy to basically like I'm happy to be here, and Jeff Jarrett's like, listen, you need to cut that bullshit out, bro. Like, it's time to lock in.
I mean, he's right. You got to lock in, which is kind of the issue I had with live and stuff. But Brian,
I actually really didn't mind like the little side mission that
that was cool.
that Brian was on up until like last week, you know. But yeah, I get people wanting it to be a bit more focused on Swerve and Brian as a, you know, singular one-on-one feud. But anyway, wonderful video package for Bryan Danielson. And yeah, his career, he's on the line. And the graphic pops me, the final countdown graphic for the Swerve Bryan match. But yeah, career versus title, Bryan Danielson, Swerve Strickland, one of the biggest match in company history. Main event in Wembley, and maybe it's time for Bryan to finally win the big one in AEW. He's tried many times. Maybe there has been times where it felt like it was more suitable for him to win the big one than this time. But we'll see, because if he doesn't win it, brother, that is it for the American Dragon.
Right.
And I don't need that. You know, I've been through enough this year.
Could you imagine?
It'd be so.
No, it would be awesome for Swerve though. At the same time, like,
It would be. Yeah.
It would be like, yeah, it'd be like unbelievably good for Swerve to be like, yeah, I ended him. Like, but you know,
But the thing is with Bryan, he's like one of the very few wrestlers that I actually believe this could be the end.
Wait.
His neck is probably.
Where's this come from? The Costco guys being at All Out moves me so much. TK did it again.
Oh my god! Are you serious?
What are you talking about?
The Costco guys.
I need it.
Someone please inform me. Has Tony did a tweet or the Costco guys in a video at an AEW? Like, what's happened there?
Yeah, I need it, bro. If they're there, bro, I might get a ticket. I can't lie.
Meet and greet. Boom.
Well, just go with AEW wrestlers at every local Costco in Chicago. Just review shit.
Are you aware of the Costco guys, Charlie?
Yeah, I
was
have
gonna
to.
say-
I know who they are.
No, I was gonna say you looked very like worried about.
I know.
How fired up me and Mark just got there.
No, I was scrolling my timeline. I was trying to find what they're referencing.
But yeah, shout out the Costco
Dad
guys.
said in an interview that they would be in Chicago in early September and they were closing on a deal with a major wrestling company. That's fucking hilarious.
Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Right, bring the oh my god! Imagine the Rizzler. The Rizzler hits. The Rizzler hits Hangman with a low blow.
All right, let's not go that far now. But shout out to Costco boys. I am locked in.
See, that's what I mean. Imagine if the books were on form and you fucking give them the Costco guys to do some magic with, bro. That would be. They would create some art, man.
This would be
something like that might get them to lock back in. Like they just need something to kick them into a new gear.
Yeah, they're silly guys, man. They want to be silly, you know.
Yeah. That's incredible stuff.
This is.
Berkey 199. I think this is meant to say gear sucks, theme sucks, run sucks. What happened to my goats?
Right.
I mean, a lot of people are saying this, and that's when it kind of.
Many are saying it's very unfortunate.
They're noticing.
It's all, bro. It's what someone was reviewing it. It's like that was a legitimate thought that I had. Like, I wasn't trying to be like funny or a dick or anything. Like, I was watching the match yesterday, and it was just like, bro, if you're like deeply invested in the book, so you've got to be like disappointed, man. It's a shame. So, you know,
Makes me sad.
it is what it is.
Sad for them.
Hopefully, they'll lock back in with the Rizzler.
What a sentence.
The Costco guys, the Rizzler, that's what we need. Jay Haller, $5, appreciate you. Goated video for the actual goat.
Well, he's a goat, but he ain't my goat.
That's fair.
He's Bryan Danielson, bro. It's the American Dragon. He gets mentioned in any greatest in-ring performer conversation of all time. Deservedly so. Yeah, deservedly so. Don't know, $4.99. Tony, add injury time to that contract. We need a Dragon year-long title reign. Those kids can wait. My goat needs 10 defenses minimum. Contract's already ran out in theory, hasn't it?
Yeah, in theory.
Can Brian Danielson even do 10 defenses at this state?
10
Can he even do 10 defenses?
Could Brian do 10 defenses? I would say no. But physically, if you, obviously we're talking physically, but no, would be more blunt answer.
Like, he is shoe hanging on by a thread, y'all. Like,
yeah, I think he's probably got like
maybe
5 or 6 matches or something.
Really? I was like 4, like.
Yeah, we want.
Yeah, but he's gonna. I reckon AEW will want him to do like 3 or 4, but Brian will squeeze a little. I don't know. Christian Cage match pop himself or something. Do you know what I mean? Like he'll do some sicko shit. Like
the only way he'd be able to do 10 is if every match was against Zack Sabre Jr. and wrestled in that kind of style, because he wouldn't be able to do 10 with like 10.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
Well, Sting is saying in the event that he does win, he will be wrestling Darby. So,
Will he survive that? Will Darby survive?
Yeah, it's gonna take Darby will do all the shit that you don't want Brian doing, and he'll fill that space. But it would be lovely. It would be lovely if he was feeling up to it and he wanted to do 10 defenses if and when he wins the belt. All right, so main event time. After the Brian package, of course, relevant. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Swerve versus Wheeler Yuta coming out of the Brian video package. And man. This was obviously meant for Swerve to be like super dominant and kind of showcase, to Brian, who was sat in the front row during this match against his stablemate in Yuta. Like, this is what you're getting yourself in for, Brian. And I think especially like early on, they did a really good job of like displaying. It's very similar to kind of like the Hangman Jay Lethal match where Swerve is showing like a lot of aggression. He's been very relentless with him. He's clearly the dominant person in this match. Wheeler Yuta does build up a little bit, a couple hope spots and stuff, and he starts to mount a comeback before getting shut down, and eventually Swerve does stomp the shit out of him, beat him down, and it's a ref stoppage, not even a pin. Really driving home the point of this being like, an aggressive statement-making win for Swerve right in front of Brian against his friend, But actually, I'll pause there. Ask you guys how you felt about the match as a whole. Do you think it worked? Do you think they achieved what they needed to with making Swerve make this statement to Bryan Danielson in the front row? Charlie?
I think they did. I think that Swerve looked like an absolute killer here. Like, he was laying these shots in, and he kind of left you just crumpled in the middle of the ring, which is exactly what I wanted out of this. Like, he was making a point to Brian, who was sat in the front row, like you said, and he was just trying to get Danielson to understand, like, this is going to be what happens at Wembley. Like, this is like, I'm not holding back. This is who I am as a wrestler. Like, this is what you're going to have to deal with. And it was very effective. Like, I don't think it went too long. I think you did a great job of, like, putting over Swerve's offense here. I thought it was really good for business.
Yeah, man. Obviously, as well, before the finish as well, he hit like, was it 2 or 3 house calls on Utah before he started
Three.
That's a
stomping on him?
handful, yeah.
Yeah, like he was just relentless, man. And that was
Mm.
obviously the point that we're going for. And Swerve's really good at just like carrying that through, you know. Like Charlie already said, Utah done well, bumping around, selling, and just, you know, even his little bit of a comeback spot, it was nice, you know. But yeah, what did you think of the main event, Marcus? Just the match itself.
If I may.
You
know
know,
what I like to call this? Belt to ass. Straight belt to ass, man. This match got me thinking. First of all, Swerve looked incredible, like he always does. He is a world champion in every sense of the word. In the way he carries himself, in the way he wrestles, in the way he builds his matches, in the way he builds feuds, going to these big shows, man. Everything up to the nines, bro. And this match got me thinking with the way it was executed. Was Swerve just beat the absolute dog shit out of him for like what, 5-6 minutes or something like that?
something like that.
Bring back power scaling in my wrestling, please. I am the world champion, and I'm wrestling the young boy of a faction. I should beat the absolute dog shit out of bro. And that's exactly what Swerve did. Sure, get your little hope spot in here and there, but no, nigga, I'm gonna break your damn head. I'm gonna crack your jaw. I'm gonna hit you with these house calls, and the ref don't have to save you. And that's exactly what happened. He did right in front of Danielson to make you understand, bro. Listen, I respect you. But I respect the championship far more than anything else on this damn planet. I will kill you if you allow me to. I will end your damn career. You say this the end, I will make sure it's the end. And I hope you get that across. He's basically being built up like Clubber Lang. Just an absolute monster for Rocky in this case, Danielson to have to conquer. So I'm enjoying this aspect of the build a lot when it's actually just those two doing something personal. Where it's like, it's personal to me. Everything's personal to me with this world championship in Swerve's eyes. And the Danielson's like, okay, time to lock in. Other match, love how he came across on TV and in the arena. They did a great job with this.
Good shit, man. And it's what Swerve starts talking after as well, and he starts telling Brian like, "Yo, I'm gonna cripple you. I'm gonna cripple you in front of your daughter.
Let's go.
I'm gonna force you to retire." And at this point, Brian's already like he's tending to you who's beaten to sheet in the ground, and obviously turns his back. Swerve goes to walk up the ramp. Brian tends to Utah. You don't turn your back on Swerve, bro. You
Nope,
know?
absolutely not.
Don't turn your back on Swerve, bro. And he nails it with a house call, and he stands tall at the end of the episode. And obviously, yeah, man, standing tall. Dynamite logo comes up in the corner, you know, and that's our closing image, you know. What I will say is always, I do like how like Swerve has ramped it up and he's gone to, as it would sound WWE commentary, he's gone to that place.
He's gone
you
to
know,
that
he's gone to that dark place, you know. But yeah, like even it's the little things like Swerve has gone back, like he's talking about his ops kids and shit again. You know, he's being really vicious and sinister. He's going back to the old him in some senses, you know. And I think it's just a cool layer because I think it will eventually lead to his downfall in the match, you know. And yeah, obviously he'll be able to revert back to being like full because it wasn't a heel turn, you know. It's just him tapping into a different
It's just
side.
Swerve being Swerve.
Yeah, it's just him tapping into a side of him that we already know because he thinks that's the like AO touched on it on the timeline earlier. It's like he's tapping into it because he thinks that's the version of him that he needs to be to come out on top at Wembley. And like I said, I think it'll be a really good layer as well when it isn't the him that he thinks he needs to be, you know. And Brian, you know, he won't fall for like the same tricks and the same like traps that Hangman did, you know. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all that play out and how like Swerve as a character handles the loss of the belt, you know.
Yeah.
I think that'll be really interesting. Then you throw Hangman Paige into it as well. It's like, yo, we're cooking again like the were at the end of last year, you know. So yeah, that's a wrinkle I'm really into at the moment. But yeah, that's AEW Dynamite. like I said, very context-heavy episode that helped more drive the point home on some of their biggest feuds rather than like just throwing a bunch of matches out there. I do think that the in-ring it was kind of you would expect a little bit more of like a standout match, more so on your AEW Dynamite. But I think when you're this close to such a big show, sacrifices were made. We've already touched on it a couple of times. I do think the pacing of some of the placement of some of the video packages was kind of insane, as you guys read through with us when we had to review like 5 fucking promo packages one after another.
It's like I didn't hate it at the time. I didn't care because the promo packages were very good and kept me locked in. But yeah, like all those in the first hour was kind of wild.
Yeah, it was.
It's just a lot.
It was fine. It's a great Dynamite if you like story.
Yeah, oh my god. AEW and their stories, man. There is plethoras of them.
So yeah, going into All In, biggest show of the year for them, and there's a lot to be excited about. I just want to quickly have a look at the All In card we've got at the moment. So obviously we've got Bryan versus Swerve, a final countdown. Very important detail. We've got Toni Storm versus Mariah May for the other world title. And then we've got Mercedes versus Brit, MJF versus Osprey, Darby versus Perry in a coffin match, the Casino Gauntlet, Hook versus Jericho's on the main card, and on 0 Hour we've got Willow, Ishii versus Stokely and Stat. Fightful put out a report. Fightful put out a report before Dynamite yesterday saying, I think it was something along the lines of, when we last checked, there was going to be like 10 to 12 matches on All In. So what do you think is going to get added? What else we adding? Obviously the Trios title match and the tag title match. So that'll be 2. So that's an easy 2. That'll take us up to 1, 2,
that'll be
3,
10
4,
on the main
5,
card.
6, 7, 8, 9. No, it'd be 9, I think.
Saraya might make it on there as an open challenge.
5.
Yeah, Saraya's gonna have an open challenge, I reckon.
Yeah. Who she gets?
Yeah, it'd be 9. Then Willow and Ishii versus Stokely on 0 Hour would be 10. But
so real.
Hangman Jarrett? No, I don't know. No. Pac
I think that's going to be in
a Pac or Saraya open challenge, I think.
I think Saraya's Saraya open challenge is pretty likely. They keep saying that she's going to be there. It's like...
Yeah, she'll get open challenge.
I'll do what I want AEW to do, what Charlie wants them to do, as far as Pac goes. Well, I think Ricochet will just end up being in like the Casino Gauntlet or something.
I think so as well.
I think Pac could be in too, honestly.
Because it's like he doesn't have to get pinned either, does he? So it's like,
nah.
I don't know, like Ricochet isn't someone that you're like, oh my god, he needs to come in like fucking Brock Lesnar and never lose or anything. But like, obviously, you don't want to just bring him in the Casino Gauntlet and he just gets pinned. So like,
exactly,
he'll come in, he'll do loads of cool shit, and he'll probably be nowhere near the finish when it happens. So
yeah,
we'll see how it plays out, man. Or he might be moments away from winning and he gets taken. I don't know, but
you know who I really want on this card that I'm very sad it won't be on there? I want Bandito here.
I miss Bandito so bad.
Still not cleared, apparently.
No.
Jamie Hayter missing the show in a wrestling capacity, of course, is like brutal. If she shows up, that would be really cool, even if it isn't to wrestle.
If Saraya does an open challenge, I think she'll return there if she does.
Yeah, it'd be really cool if she's ready. Yeah, because obviously, really.
Did you see people really crashing out on the timeline about Jamie Hayter earlier? Because of that report went out of like apparently, like Dave Meltzer put out a report or whatever. It's just like Brit, like the possibility of Brit and Jamie working together again is like very, very low. And people are just like, oh, because Jamie's been out so long, the next time we're going to see her is going to be in WWE. Like, she's just waiting out her contract. I was just like, where the fuck have you, like, how have we put 2 and 2 together?
It was Sean. Someone asked Sean about, like, someone asked Sean about the possibility of Brit and Jamie. And he was like, yeah, I don't think that's happening.
And
he was just like, there's interpersonal issues.
Yes.
He's like, and that's as far as I'll go with that one. And yeah.
And people just took that and ran with it. They were just like, right, she's going to the Fed. And I was like, what?
No, it's very
Oh,
much
moron.
what Sean said as far as what's he's comfortable with saying, throwing
Yeah.
out there, because it's a whole kind of worms, and what I mean, you start
Indeed.
talking about backstage relationships and how they all get on with each other and stuff, and it's very messy when you start talking about those things. But yeah, I am of the same belief as Sean, if that counts for anything. But
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be seeing Britt and Jamie palling it up anytime in the immediate future.
No.
I already didn't anyway.
But yeah, as far as her going to WWE, if I was Tony, I would put all that injury time on her contract, bro, because she would be like top star if she's up to it physically when she comes back, So
that does suck what happened. Like, she was at the top of her game and then boom.
Yeah, literally like really emerging as like one of the big players in women's wrestling as a whole, not just AEW, just like she was having banger matches. She was literally one of the most over people on the show. She was starting to like develop like a little bit of like a stan fan base as well, which is all very, very powerful to have in this day.
Like, the fans basically just willed her into being a champion. Like, that was so crazy how she went in full gear. I was so happy for her.
And she lived up, and she could live up to it as well because she's so good, know. So it's like, it was.
Like,
it was
her
a
first
very,
defense, like one of the greatest matches in the history of the division.
100%, 100%, 1,000,000%. I reckon if we had a chance now, so if we had a bit more time, because we're already very, very deep into this show, but like if we had a bit more time to like, what are the best AEW women's matches of all time? I reckon Jamie's probably got like 2 of the top 5 at least.
Jamie Shida way up there. I think it's top 2.
So I mean, like, so she's like I said, she's got at least 2 of the top 5, man. When you think about like the amount of big matches she was actually able to have, she wasn't actually in that many. Do you know what I mean? Because as she emerged as a top star in the division, she obviously got injured, and you know what I mean, right in the middle of her championship run. So yeah, shout out Jamie. Everyone loves her.
Indeed.
And as a Sultan, $5. You want dreams to come true. You want a good ending. Go to Stanford with a bunch of fake indie wrestlers. This is real wrestling. We gonna hog tie that dragon.
All time. We finna chain them up in the basement in Jacksonville. We ain't gonna let him eat. We ain't gonna let him out unless he needs some shoes down the street from Brie Bella. Unless Buddy needs someone to take him to preschool. Unless Birdie needs someone to babysit. We ain't letting you out, Dragon.
Anyway, match 184. 199. Hangman versus Omega, all in 2025. Main event is peak AEW.
I need it. Give me Kenny Danielson, please. At some point.
I miss Kenny Omega.
I miss Kenny so bad.
Kenny Omega, I love you.
Please come back. I miss you. Hope your recovery's going well. He's absolutely watching, obviously.
I've made your favorite dessert. I'll even feed Darby. Healthy.
Oh, man. All right, so AEW All In. Speaking of which, since it got brought up, we got to talk about All In announced for Texas. Huge announcement earlier on today. AEW All In 2025 will be on July 12th in Texas at the Globe Life Stadium, which has roughly about a capacity of around 40,000 people, I believe. So yeah, huge announcement for 2025. They are not doing All In the UK. They are now moving to the US, doing their first US stadium show. And yeah, very, very ambitious, trying to fill 40,000 seater. We'll see what the setup will be, but you will assume it will be in like that 30 to 40k range. I'm sure they're hoping to break the US attendance record, which at the moment I believe is about 2021 from the first half of Raw.
Yeah.
And yeah, one of the things that popped me the most about this announcement was July 12th. They're doing it in July. They're not doing it in August, which you'd assume they're not going to do it like 1 week or 2 weeks away from All Out, because I do think that is a weird thing that AEW does. I think it was a weird thing that they chose to do this year. Like last year, I kind of got it because it was like the first time they did All In, and like that was the weekend they wanted to do it. And traditionally, they want to do All Out on X weekend, so it's like, okay, but next year, surely you're gonna space it out, and they didn't. And we can't.
They spaced it out 2 whole weeks.
2 whole weeks. I get them wanting to do it like the last bank holiday of August, but then doing All Out like Labor Day weekend, it's just like, brother, you've got to make a sacrifice on either side of this. Like
Exactly. Because yeah, from just a straight up fan perspective, it's like it feels like I'm cheated out of a pay-per-view build, if that makes sense. You know, like
yeah, because you're focused on one because it's the bigger show, and then you also have to build some other stuff like close together. Because remember last year they built Hobbs and Miro up at around the exact same time. They had a contract signing on the pre-show of All In.
It's just such a weird dynamic as well, because it's like All Out's second, like All Out happens after All In, but it's the lesser show. So it's like it's just kind of like it's just a weird dynamic, man.
Could you imagine Mania and then Backlash being like a week apart, a week or 2 apart?
Didn't they do that one year? Like they had a pay-per-view like 3 weeks after Mania.
They've done like 3.5 weeks and stuff. You know what I mean? Like they've done like 3 close enough to 4 where it weren't a full month and stuff like that. But I mean, maybe there's a recent example, but obviously nothing as crazy as.
I thought they did a payback like the week after WrestleMania one year.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever.
Especially that time.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. But yeah, obviously we've All Out as well been such a big with no, not SummerSlam. Live
SummerSlam.
Yeah. We've all because All Out's such a big pay-per-view to AEW as well. Do you know what I mean? Like before All In reintroduced All In again last year. All Out's obviously was one of their original 4 pay-per-views, and obviously it's All Out. It was the their version of what All In was supposed to be because they didn't have the rights to All In. So yeah, like that has like All Out's just kind of lost its shine in that sense, being so close to All In. And it's kind of a shame because it's All Out, man. Some of the greatest matches in AEW history have happened at All Out, and it's big pay-per-view. And it's so weird
because Wembley turned into an add-on pay-per-view, basically.
Yeah,
it's like this is our actual big show, but here's bonus content.
Yeah.
It was just a weird. So yeah, the July announcement's really promising for me.
It does make me wonder about Forbidden Door, though.
That's the other part of the equation. Because Forbidden Door is in like late June, usually. Yeah. And that's kind of a break from actually building stuff on your programming. Because you're doing stuff in New Japan and then presumably CMLL now too as well. Stardom also in the mix. So that's an extra like month of not getting the really build for All In, but I think they'll leave it just fine.
Yeah, I think this is. I think even if Forbidden Door is only like 2 weeks away from this, I think it's actually.
I think it's a different enough concept.
Yeah, it's because like with Forbidden Door, you don't even have to like obviously it's optimal if they do, but like they can literally just throw graphics, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's the graphics. Like, they can just do like, oh yeah, we're building to All In at Wembley, but a couple of weeks before we got fucking Okada versus, fucking Yota Tsuji, or whatever the fuck they decide to do. So yeah, like, that's kind of like an advantage really, because like Forbidden Door doesn't have to be like super like canon,
It barely ever really is.
I think a lot of the fan base would absolutely hate it, but I would love a mystery vortex Forbidden Door where we knew nothing of the card going in. I think that could be really fucking fun. But AEW wouldn't do something like that.
That would be suicide in terms of business, but like...
Oh, absolutely. Like, I don't think it would sell well at all, but it would pop me huge.
If the free agency market was hot at the time, it's been like a contract year at the moment. So like, say if it was the start of the year, for example, it's like, Mercedes, Osprey, and Okada might show up on this show. It's like I think they would actually do okay tickets wise, but like you said, Marcus, if they were to do that right now, It's like
they don't have the paper right now.
That's how like 700 tickets. Like,
Yeah.
Nuts.
I
but
think
yeah,
that they should do that if April Fools ever falls on a Wednesday. Just do a Mystery Vortex Dynamite. It would really
honestly
be
though,
funny.
if they were like super hot, if AEW was super hot and was in a position where they could just be like, we're doing a show and people will come, I think the idea of actually doing a Mystery Vortex Forbidden Door would be like fucking awesome. You know?
Yeah.
But,
It'd be incredible.
but yeah, it's just
especially now that you got like Stardom and CMLL involved as well. Like there is
Mhm.
such a bigger pool of talent you can pull from.
Like, could you imagine all of a sudden Mayu Iwatani just shows up on screen like, wait, what the fuck?
Bro,
Mark Briscoe open challenge and Blue Panther comes out.
Yes.
Real crap, you know?
I am there.
Oh, bro, we could do a whole podcast about this. Like, there is so many
100%.
incredible match concepts. But
100%, man.
yeah, no All in London next year. I wonder if they're going to do a tour. I think they'll do a tour.
Yes.
You would hope so.
I hope they do
even if-
something.
It's like feed your markets every so often, even if you're not doing the big show there. Feed your
Yeah.
market.
Anjan PN, quick one, $2. I'm weak. I'm on my hands and knees for Kenny. Hashtag comeback.
Brother, me too.
Yes.
Yeah, hopefully.
Begging and praying.
God,
Begging and pleading.
please. He best be on that fucking 2024 show. He best be back by then.
Bro.
Like, it's seriously. And another thing about this show, good for Texas, because they've been
Good
begging,
for Texas.
begging for a pay-per-view, because they sell
Mate.
really well, no matter where they at in the state. The fans are rabid, like they're always hot, and they get a stadium show. Good for them.
Yeah, here's the thing, though.
I genuinely, if any other
What?
state got this pay-per-view other than Texas, I probably would have been real pissed off. Because why would you move? Like, they had why would you move like your established thing from the UK for like any other state? But Texas, it makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
Dallas
Texas
has been,
was.
it's been dying for a pay-per-view.
Give me a thing on that show, please.
Is that when they first came out
Yeah.
of the pandemic, AEW, it's like Texas was always like the standout crowd and stuff. For
Yeah.
them. And they would go there a lot, and obviously at the moment they're doing the Arlington residency.
Yeah.
My only thing
Didn't
is
it say
if
in
you
the
are,
press release that they're gonna do that again in the lead up to All In next year? I believe I read that.
I'm not sure.
I'm not quite sure.
I don't remember seeing anything about it. But yeah, very exciting times because elsewhere, Tony also said that in 2026 they will be coming back to London. So yeah, man, international. This is very much a international traveling pay-per-view main show that AEW's gonna want to be doing. You know, there was that report as well. I think it was yesterday that they're looking into doing a stadium show in Australia, which is interesting.
That's not a market I expected them to try and hit.
Interesting.
Considering they haven't expanded into Europe yet, I was very shocked to read Australia.
Is Australia like weird? Like, I'm not too tapped in with how they operate over there in Australia.
Well,
it's just, it feels like a big swing. But then again, Wembley Stadium was a big swing.
Well, here's the thing. Buddy Matthews won the Cruiserweight Championship in front of 80,000 people once in Australia. So, you know, we know who is in the main event, you know?
It'll be a lot of Kiwis and a lot of Australians. Tony, where you at?
For real. Buddy Matthews winning the world title, you know, in the Australian AEW pay-per-view will be a moment for the late night grin. Anyway,
I don't know about that.
Man, I wonder what they'd call it.
I think WWE's one was just one of those like super showdown things, but like they legit sold like 80,000 tickets, something ridiculous like that. So if Tony's, I don't know, like you know, we've already mentioned the market. Like, is he strong enough to do a stadium show?
I don't
know. Maybe we'll see. I'm fascinated by how they do in Texas, man. Genuinely, like 40,000 is 40,000, bro. You know, and obviously, if you look at the domestic ticket sales at the moment, it's like, how are they going to make this? Like, obviously, if you look at kind of what's their next pay-per-view that isn't All In?
All Out.
All Out.
Oh, Darby, we were just talking about it. So like their arena pay-per-views don't sell out like they used to do in the early days. You know, like they're doing like 6, 7, 8K. You know, it's like how the AEW as a promotion convince the potential ticket buyers that this is going to be like so much bigger and better and etc. 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 To sell. You want? I'm assuming they're gonna want to fucking sell it out, bro. You know.
Yeah.
You'll probably like. I think obviously the reports are, you know, it's a 40,000 seat stadium set up and everything. They're probably gonna have like, I don't know, this a random guess like 34,000 seats set up. You know. So yeah, I'm sure they wanna. So yeah, people have been. Someone said in a live chat, a lot of people have been screenshotting and talking about like the Arthrashy fucking.
Bro, they need to stop running Arthrash.
Honestly, the minute it fell through for Forbidden Door, you should have not done it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Quite. Seeing those Grand Slam ticket sales go down year on year, it's just like, brother, stop going there. Like.
I was like, I know you love tradition.
Yeah, that's a weird thing that AEW really need to like deal with over the next like year or so. Is like book more suitable size buildings, bro. Like
don't run Double or Nothing in Vegas.
Like, it's like I'll be honest, like I think it was. It might have been this year. No, it was last year, bro. It was last year, and like we'd have these sort of conversations, like, "Yo, why AEW?" He's like, they'll sell like 4,000 tickets, which is like that's pretty good. Do you know what I mean? But it's like they'll put it in like a 15,000 person arena, and it's like the sound wouldn't come across great. The atmosphere is just not there. It don't feel intimate. You don't feel like those old AEW guys that we used to. You know, I remember having those conversations, and we found out. Obviously, we weren't able to like report it and shit at the time, but we found out like pretty. Like there was still quite a lot of time left in the year. It was like, yeah, they've booked the arenas up for like the rest of the year and then some already. Yeah. So it's like this talk that fans are coming out with it. They should book smaller venues and shit. Like it ain't happening for a while, you know.
Yeah.
But as a fan, it was kind of like you'd hope that it was at least like something that they circled as a priority, you know. Like, okay, in 2024, going into 2025, we really need to like, you know, do some, I don't know, like 5K seat arenas, you know, and if you can put 3,000-4,000 people in it, it's like that will come across as like amazing on TV, you know. But we're still waiting for them to like do that shit, you know. We're just talking about them running half a rash, and they're gonna put like fucking 4,000 people in. You know what I mean? It's like it's crazy, and again, I hope next year.
Next year, oh my God. Next year we're running stadiums.
Next year, hopefully, they just book more suitable venues. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if Tony Khan sees it as like I don't know, like a signal of defeat or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how promoters can get.
The thing is, they're not even doing much to like combat it from like the other side. Like marketing really hasn't gotten that much better. Like it's improved like little bits. Like they're doing like pretty good with like doing media for All In. They've been doing a ton of it. But like in general, like their week to week media marketing stuff is not good.
And it's actually been better this year for All In.
Yes.
He's like they've done like a couple rounds of sending people over to do interviews. Like obviously, I'm sure everyone saw like quotes from like the Bryan Danielson interviews that he's done with like you know, like the gorilla position guys, and I think he done like another one as well with like Talk Sport or something like that. MJF when he came over for the Aku match did like 3 or 4 3 interviews at least. Mariah May's done some like interviews as well. Like, you know, they've had people like coming over here to do media and stuff, and it's only going to ramp up from now, you'd assume. So I think they've done a better job than they did last year in that department. But they've still got so much work to do when it comes to like selling All In as like a weekend and stuff. You know, it should be. I think they should do it like how WWE did, like SummerSlam and WrestleMania and that. It's like when SummerSlam comes to your city, bro. Like it's a weekend. It's like there's like 4 different events on that are all WWE related. Even if it's just like one of those shitty like fucking Undertaker fucking
Yeah.
one-man shows that he does. You know what I mean? Like they make an event out of it, make a whole
Bro, like,
weekend out of it. It's like a festival almost.
it's really weird because there is so much going on from like the Thursday, really. There is a lot going on, and some of it's like AEW affiliated, and they're not promoting any of it. Like that Fozzy and I know, haha, Fozzy, whatever, that got moved to a smaller venue, and Swerve's going to be there for that. And like AEW haven't promoted it at all. There's other stuff going on as well. I can't, like the Nigel McGuinness like Magic Show, like AEW have done nothing to promote that. Even the stuff that's going on at Box Park, they've like done barely any promotion for that as well. Like, and it's like this is basically your WrestleMania weekend in the UK, and you're not doing anything to like make it a real fan experience. And it genuinely is kind of worse than it was last year because there's been like no real organization. Like the stuff they're doing in Box Park on the Saturdays, even worse than they were doing last year. Allegedly, I don't know. I didn't go to last year's, but from what I've been told, like it's not worth the price of what they're doing. This is exactly my point. There is a magic show. Nigel McGuinness runs them at every single pay-per-view, and if you didn't follow his account, you wouldn't know that. It's really bad. AEW is super bad with things like that.
Yeah, it could be better.
Run over.
No, it is frustrating though. Like if you're a fan that wants them to like really like go to those next levels and stuff, you know, because there is absolutely opportunity with like All In and maybe they do it next year in Texas because it's in the US and maybe a little better set up to like try and pull things off in the US because it's home soil and that.
I got that for like last year because they were only here for like the weekend. They're going to be in the UK from Wednesday. There is no excuse this year.
No, 100%. It's like, so we talk about, man, it's like this year they did the Damian Priest premiere watch party for his documentary. They probably did an Undertaker one-man show. Sami Zayn did a comedy show.
Yeah, Sammy and Friends.
All these things were promoted by WWE on TV and shit, so... You know what the funniest thing is as well? You remember like the first All In had like that sort of feel to it, I thought. Like, and that wasn't even Tony Khan, bro. Do you know, like with Starcast and everything, like the way it just felt like the Indie Mania weekend, So I think that's just kind of a funny thing to point out as well. It's like they kind of created that sort of feeling with All In, but obviously Tony wasn't involved in that at all.
No. It is like there is like a whole like indie fest going on because it's like shows like you can go to pretty much every day. And it's, I don't know. AEW are really bad at doing international marketing when it comes to like the actual weekends and putting stuff together. Regardless, we have been ranting for a while now. We should probably wrap this up.
You don't
say. It was a big show. There was big announcements we had to get into. A couple rants. And we appreciate anyone who tuned in with us. We ain't got no super chats to get through, have we? No. Okay, we're good. All right. I'm gonna try and drag Hulbert or somebody on a stream with me on Friday or Saturday if I'm feeling up to it. We'll see. What else have we got going on? We'll see if we'll do a show on Sunday. You know the deal, the usual stuff with WrestlePurists. Anyone got anything to plug, Charlie, Marcus, anything at all?
No plugs, but if you're going to AEW in Cardiff and you see me there, say hi. Don't be weird.
Fair. Nah, I ain't really got much to plug other than the campaign is on. We want Hangman all in 2025.
We want Hangman.
Yeah, man. Good shit. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe on your way out. Leave a comment if you're watching this on Catch Up, and we will catch you hopefully over the weekend. Thanks for watching. Peace.